Hello everyone, welcome to episode 10 of Never Before Seen. My name is AmberCyprian, I am your host tonight as we bring you yet another set of speedruns of games that have never before been seen in mainline GDQ events. As always, if you happen to speedrun a game that has never been run in an AGDQ, SGDQ, or GDQx event and you'd like to submit it to the show, please type !NBS into the chat to find the link to be able to send me your runs, and I would love to have you on board. So before we get started with the runs we have planned for tonight, we do have a few announcements. First and foremost, SGDQ 2021 online is July 4th to the 11th. Game submissions are currently open right now until April 11th, and be sure to prep your submissions if you'd like to be a part of SGDQ 2021 from the comfort of your own home. If you are interested in volunteering for SGDQ, volunteer submissions will be opening soon on April 9th. Check out gamesdonequick.com for more information on those dates. And also, if you are watching this on YouTube, hi, we would love to have you support our live content. Consider checking us out on our Twitch channel over at twitch.tv/GDQ. And of course, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you do have Prime Gaming, and you are able to subscribe to any Twitch channel of your choice every month for free. So please consider using your Prime Gaming account to subscribe to the GDQ Twitch channel. So, for tonight's show, we're picking up where Mercy Kill left off and where a few other shows this week have left off, and we're visiting 5 games that belong in what could only be known as the silliest awful block on GDQ. I'm really excited to have Protosonic here with us to get this show kicked off with Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. So go ahead, introduce yourself, and we can go ahead and get this show started.
Alrighty, everybody. Hopefully everybody can hear me very well in that regard. Hi, I am Protosonic. I am one of 2 current and active runners in Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue, which, you know, love Power Rangers and everything. I grew up with it since I was a kid. Shout outs to my mom. She got me into Power Rangers. She created a monster with it, but I'm having a grand old time with it. So you're looking at a lovely intro, and not looking at an intro right now, but we're playing Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue on the PlayStation 1. And yes, there is a Game Boy Color variation of it, as well as an N64 one. But we don't talk about the N64 one. Please don't. I'm asking you very nicely, don't play that one. This game is jank, but that game is just all the jank in the world. And with this one, we're playing on any % easy mode. So the great perk of easy mode is that, well, it's easy. Like, you can defeat enemies a lot quicker, you can beat bosses relatively fast, and we can blast through this game relatively quickly. But we're gonna do something, we're gonna do one other thing with this, and we're on this code section, so you're like, uh-oh, we're about to cheat on this. Well, because it's any %, you are allowed 1 cheat code to use in this, and we're gonna type in this code right now, which is Ultimate. And you probably wonder, what does Ultimate give you? Does it give you the ultimate power? You know, trying to think of the word for it, you know, unlimited lives or invincibility or anything like that. Well, we don't get that. You know, that would be cool and everything. But we get the Titanium Ranger. Shout outs to the Titanium Ranger being the first American created Power Ranger in the Saban franchise, so that was really awesome to see with that. Well, now Hasbro, but still, first American made Ranger. So shout outs to Titanium Ranger because, well, the Super Sentai Go-Go 5 didn't have a 6 Ranger in that regard. So, but it definitely pays homage to it. And before we continue on, generally speaking, if you were playing just with any other Ranger, Carter, Red Ranger, amazing. You would definitely go with him with that because stronger than all the other Rangers. Chad, he's cool too, has better speed. Joel, Green Ranger, you can have fun with that one if you want to, but we stay away from the Pink and the Yellow Ranger because they are the most difficult ones to use with it because their strength is rather weak and they might have great speed, but their energy intake with the meter is not so good. But we're gonna be playing as Ryan Mitchell, the Titanium Ranger, so get your lightning bolts out there. You know, it's morphin' time all the time. And I'm gonna start counting down, starting from 5, and we're gonna go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's go. And so, you know, the first level is called Operation Lightspeed because, you know, we're Lightspeed Rescue Rangers, so we got to move at the speed of light. in that regard. But we also got MacGuffins in this game, so, and I just realized, oops,
Are you not on easy?
I realized my controller input was completely wrong,
That's okay, it happens.
but that's cool.
On our way.
Yep, we just fixed that. I don't care about the time loss. We know we're doing this for fun. So, let's just get here, jump, and we just saved the one. And look, our first Batlin of the game. So these are the main goons of the game and of the series that you fight. These are the Batlins, and they are a part of Queen Banshira's army. So she is the demon empress of this world, and she's trying to take over. You know, stopping these rangers and, you know, making sure people panic. But, you know, we're rangers. We don't panic. And trust me, you're gonna hear that a lot. And you're probably wondering, well, if we're a ranger, aren't we supposed to be fighting the rest of these Batlins? Yes and no. We're gonna actually ignore a lot of them, and some of them you will have to fight. So that's the interesting perk of this game, is that you can avoid a lot of the Batlins in here, but some of them you are forced to fight. And during my test run, I realized I have to defeat all 3 of them. And we're gonna save this guy and fight our first mini boss, Shakatron.
Shakatron.
Yes.
That sounds
gotta
like a
love that
dance.
name. Okay, I will love for you not to be in the corner, and you're in the corner.
Also today I learned that there
we
is a
go.
global Twitch emote celebrating the Power Rangers under the name Morphin Time, because apparently they showed the entire series a couple of years back.
Yes, they did, and that was, I'm not gonna lie, that was amazing. I did watch that. If I remember correctly, I did watch like most of Mighty Morphin on there. Did watch Zeo, which was the series right after Mighty Morphin. And then I kind of took a break because Turbo was, Turbo's all right. We don't talk about Turbo either. But I'm gonna grab our lightning bolt symbol, which is our invincibility in that regard, and I'm gonna grab these extra gems just to play it safe, and we should, nope, I was about to say we should be good, but we gotta defeat that Batlin and we fall through the ground. Here's our first boss, Vipra. Now, Vipra in the main series is not that tough, I'm not gonna lie. In fact, a lot of people hate her character because of the actress that plays her. I don't know why, I could care less. But we're gonna try, hopefully, to spin behind her, and that didn't work. So we are good in the neighborhood, and she's behind the wall again, and I got knocked down. Perfect. Ground pound. And there we go. Oh, nope. Oh, almost had her. Oh, come on. 1, 2. Nope. I'm really hoping for her to get hit, and the gem placement is always in the center of that area.
I do.
And so now let's jump on to the next stage.
I have a very important question from
Lightspeed
chat.
teamwork.
Which ranger and
Alrighty,
which
go right
show
ahead.
is your favorite?
Oh, well, favorite ranger will always be Titanium Ranger. I know, like at one point I was a Green Ranger fan, shout outs to Tommy and everything, but I kind of got tired of Tommy. I got Tommy'd out basically. But my favorite series, ooh, that's a tough one. I'll give it as a top 3. My third favorite would have to be Lost Galaxy in that regard. And I realized some of the enemies didn't actually pop up, so shout outs to the Jink. Because I realized one enemy didn't show up. Oh, look, he's right there. Second one would have to be, I'm going to say SPD. And of course, my number 1 will have to be Lightspeed Rescue in that regard. So, I will say that. I'm not a person, like I know a lot of people within the fandom don't like Operation Overdrive. I can tolerate it. But I actually, my least favorite one, the one I despise, is actually Super Mega Force. And I have a variety of reasons on it, which we can talk about in the third stage, because we'll have a lot of time for it. Shout outs to the mini boss, Smager, who was not supposed to load up right away. But we're gonna hopefully kick him off the stage because, you know, we gotta save the people and, you know, stop the dam from being destroyed. But, you know, let's not panic. And I hope he panics, as I almost fell off the stage. And he fell off the stage. Oh, There we go. Took a while. But yeah, with a lot of the bosses, you can actually knock them off the stage, and of course that counts as an automatic death, and you win. And so we also not only have to save the people from panicking, remember #Don'tPanic. We also have to stop these spikes from destroying the dam. Will they ever explode? Normally, no. We destroy them and they explode.
We've also got people talking about Sentai as well, which is it's a series in Japanese that is what Power Rangers is heavily based on.
Exactly. So if people don't know, remember Super Sentai, which is in its 45th season at this point, 45th year I should say, is our Japanese counterpart, aka where we get a lot of the footage from, and for most series. And if anybody got any questions about that, let's throw them out there. Just note that I have not watched every Sentai series. I have purposely stayed away from a lot of them just so I can watch the Power Ranger counterpart.
That makes a lot of sense.
But I can definitely say I'm enjoying the latest one, Zenkaiser. So I'm definitely enjoying that one a lot right now. Of course, as a 45th anniversary season.
Yeah, I remember I never got really heavy into Power Rangers. I tried to when I was in kindergarten. That's when everyone was really into it. When I was 5 years old, so 1998, 1999, around that time. Just everyone was building Megazords out of Legos and stuff.
I was definitely one of those kids. And if you heard correctly, he said defeat Loki, not Loki.
Nice.
Loki. Okay, he doesn't want to fall off. But we're gonna try. Nope. I would really hope he would have fell off. Can we knock him off here? Nope. It won't even matter. He would have fell off. But that is good placement with the card. So we are actually about to go into our first Megazord battle. And they happen every 2 levels basically. And is always good with the card placement. So if you get the jewel next to the card, you're actually in a good spot. So I need to, hopefully, I want to stun lock him. So just simple jabs. Nope. 1, 2. Nope. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Ah, 1. We all see there's a lot of ones that helps me stay in count.
Just casually punching him in the back of the head. 1, 1, 1, 1.
Exactly. And so now, questions galore. If you have questions, throw them out right now because I would say episode 3. Level 3 is Rail Rescue. So you remember that Super Train Megazord we were on? Yeah, it's been hijacked now by Jinxer and his Batlins. They don't have train tickets, so let's kick them off. All aboard, off this train.
Someone did actually ask, what's your favorite villain from the series? Or from, all the series?
Favorite will have to be Zenaku from Wild Force, because he straight up decimates the Rangers in his episodes. There's 10 episodes where he just defeats the Rangers, and not only that, he actually destroys their Zords for a moment, and actually, and I died. No. It's fine, but he's not gonna be good. And I died twice.
Oh no!
Ladies and gentlemen, Lightspeed Rescue on PlayStation 1. Glorious jank. But back to Zenaku. He had his own Predator Zord, and we find out later on that he actually is one of the Rangers, the 6th Ranger of the series, that actually put on a demon mask to save his Rangers in the past. So he's actually my favorite villain at this, throughout the series. Oh no, come on. I need you to fall off the train. See, this is where you will hope the jank, and I'm about to die. I'm going to die. I'll watch, I'm going to die. Oh, he fell
Let's
off.
go.
So, more likely I will die with the next 2 hits we will see what happens. But I would definitely say that the... Oh, come on. I hope maybe somebody drops health. Drop health. Drop health. Oh, come on. Somebody drop some health.
All aboard. Next stop, the asphalt.
Is that health? No. Yep, he fell off. Perfect. So I should have also said within this stage, there is the potential to soft lock. So luckily we are past that point for the most part. But I am actually going to just fall off right here because I am not dealing with that. I'm not dealing with the death animation. It takes way too much time. So hopefully we are on train number 2, I believe. That is Chad's. And oh, look. What just happened? Oh, look. A health. Any other
favorite
questions
Zord
at this point? Ooh, favorite Zord, favorite Zord, favorite Zord. There's so many to pick from. Ooh, I'm really trying to think on this one at this point, and I'm about to die. I'm not gonna say the Omega Megazord, which is in this game, if you're player 2, but you know, the Omega Megazord is, you know, it's mega in that regard. Ooh, I'm trying to think of one. I would say the Samurai Zord because now, oh no, almost soft lock. But I would say the Samurai Megazord. I do like it because of the different helmets you can put on it, and you can get the different powers from it. And of course, in Battle for the Grid, I like shout outs to the Battle for the Grid community. Not everybody uses that Zord as an Ultra, but it is fun because when the Yellow Ranger Samurai Folding Zord comes out, we call it the Doritos because it spins and it's like in the shape of a Dorito. And I know a lot of people within the Grid community actually have a Doritos, whatchamacallit, emote for it perfectly.
I got 3 rapid fire questions for you. All right? This is all favorites.
Rapid fire questions, because go Galactic, go Volcanic.
This is all favorites. So, favorite Power Ranger game, favorite crossover, and favorite morpher or morphing sequence.
Oh, okay. Let's start with that first one.
The first one was
again?
favorite game.
Don't panic. Thank you.
Favorite game. Well, it will have to be Power Rangers Battle for the Grid at this point. Once again, shout outs to the Battle for the Grid community. It's very fun to play with people, and just the diversity of the characters, as well as it being focused primarily on the Shattered Grid arc in the comics, which is amazing nonetheless, because we see it's basically like, I would say like Infinity War, but for Power Rangers. So that's really fun as well. Next question.
Next one was favorite crossover.
Favorite crossover. Ooh, favorite crossover. I'm trying to remember all the crossovers that have happened so far. I would say my favorite has to be the Ninja Turtles, either from in space or within the comic. It was just fun to see Green Ranger Shredder as well in regards to that, because the Shredder actually takes down the Green Ranger, steals his morpher, works with Rita, and most importantly, becomes the Green Shredder Ranger. So, and we also see the Ninja Turtles become Rangers as well. So hopefully no soft lock, thank goodness, no soft lock. Very happy about that.
It was favorite morphing sequence or morph.
Destroy the evil fire orb.
Oh, that's another tough one. Oh, favorite morphing sequence. I will have to say I'm actually enjoying Dino Fury's morphing sequence at this point, because I just love how they're like linked to Morphin Grid, and it's like they just go full dinosaur power and everything, and they actually like smash the ground, and you see like the grid like form a web around them, which was so amazing. And once again, I love Titanium Rangers as well. Also, shout outs to Sonic 06 because of home and meteorites in that regard. Because these will actually home in on you. I know we didn't talk about this level a lot, and I died. So, you know, we were playing a little bit of the floor is lava in that regard. Now let's play kick this guy off the stage.
I enjoy that so many boss
But
fights.
once again,
Just
love
kick
the
him off the
questions.
stage if you can.
Yes, and goodbye. And now on to our next one, which is Diabolico, which is actually, once again, he's like the devil, basically. And let's get that invincibility, and we're gonna kick him off the stage. Come on, almost there. You almost got it. Fall off. Okay, I really prefer for you to fall off now. Shout outs to going in the full circle. Oh, that's another good, very, 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 very good card placement.
Oh,
And so back to the Super Train Megazord.
there's another good question, I think. Someone said, I don't know if it was asked, but we
Okay.
need a favorite theme song.
Whoa! Oh my goodness. I feel like I don't know. Oh, see, that's a lot. I'm thinking really hard right now as I'm trying to punch this Mega Diabolico in the face. Ooh, favorite theme song. And I listen to a lot of the theme songs anyway before I go to work. It really helps me stay focused. And I'm trying to think. Time Force, I really love Time Force in that regard. But like just Ranger themes in general, I really do like the Gold Rangers theme. And so this is called Safety First, because as Rangers, especially Lightspeed Rescue Rangers, it's all about safety, not panicking, and also touching nuclear fuel rods. So I actually love the Gold Rangers theme as well. And perfect. Oh my goodness, my cat wants to go out now. That perfect timing.
I just want to say I'm really enjoying, like, everyone, like, sort of, like, really just reminiscing and being like, oh my god, I love this about this series, or this about that series. And just being able to ask you, like, all these favorite questions. I know it's not wholly related to the run, but, like, it's a lot of fun.
Oh, look, this game is jank, and I mean, I have a couple runs on speedrun.com that are going into more detail about this. It's all about having fun in this case. I'd rather have the fun.
Someone else asked, what's your favorite team, not sixth, outfit design?
Wow.
Okay, so favorite team without the sixth Ranger, basically. That's what I'm understanding. Ooh, that's a tough one. Also, let's get this boss out the way first. Special shout outs to Strikinen. And so let's kick him into the water because he has, lightning power. So lightning and water don't work together. So favorite suits.
And then follow that up with favorite sixth Ranger.
Okay, my favorite sixth Ranger, no matter what, will be the Titanium Ranger, no matter what. Second will be Tommy in any form at this point, whether it's brachial, even though that makes him the fourth Ranger in that regard. But Tommy in general was just dope for the most part. Trying to think. Favorite suits.
Don't panic.
I'm trying to think of which ones I like. I actually like Zeo's a lot. And the one that was kind of underutilized was the Alien Rangers because they used Kaku Ranger as their, Sentai footage for 10 episodes. And so, miniseries for that because that's when the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers were turned into kids. So that was fun and dandy. I would say my next one after that will probably be the Lightspeed Rescue ones because, I think they look cool, especially with the Sixth Ranger because his is actually an amalgamation of Turbo Ranger from Super Sentai as well as paying homage to Go-Go 5 with his visor being a V. And after this fight, I'm gonna let a little bit of this play out because I gotta let my cat out.
We've got to do something.
Because he's like, I need to leave. But hopefully I really want to show off the stun lock. This is probably the second to last time that I can show this off. There, almost had it. They're not being friendly today. I just hope maybe we'll get some good placement. And just how they can stun lock, I can stun lock them, they can stun lock me.
I've noticed like
in that regard.
stun lock is brutal in this game on either end.
Yes. Alrighty. So I'm gonna let that load up. I'm gonna get my cat. Cause he's like, I'm
You're
ready to
talking
get out of
too
here.
much. I want to sleep.
Enjoy.
But I hope everyone is enjoying this run up to this point. If you have more questions about whether it's about the run itself or maybe just keep asking Protosonic his favorite stuff, like keep those questions.
So remember those lovely, Megazord
yeah.
sequences you see? Yeah, you get to see them right now.
Oh, that's
and
pretty
stuff,
sick.
So. And shout out to my cat Kiwi. Like he had to leave. Alrighty, and we're actually at our last Megazord battle, and we're gonna fight Mega Olympius at this point. So I didn't know if there was any other questions when I had to kick my cat out.
Not yet. And let me just scroll through chat a little bit more. I'm seeing comments like Disney era had a lot of good gems.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with you. Love Disney era. You know, people say yes, Operation Overdrive was bad. I could care less at this point. I think Super Mega Force is actually worse between the two. And come on, they're not. See, bosses are not being friendly today. But you know what? That's fine. We're just here to have fun.
Oh, someone else is asking, what other Power Ranger games do you speedrun?
Well, I do speedrun the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger game on the Genesis, so the fighting game, not the movie game. I actually did attempt that at one point, but then I forgot to upload it. But I do speedrun the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger game on Sega Genesis, the fighting game. I am thinking about speedrunning Battle for the Grid with the story mode. So I do talk to some people within the community to see, like, within the fighting game part of it, and like to get their input on it to see, like, oh, is it actually viable as a speed run? It's like, yeah, because you can get the bosses in a particular pattern and all that stuff. And like, I actually own a lot of the games. I was considering doing Time Force at one point. I just need to actually make time to do that, as well as the VR Troopers game. So shout outs to VR Troopers, you know, the other Saban title that nobody talks about really anymore, because, you know, it's based off of three Metal Hero shows. So if you don't know what Metal Hero is, so think of it like your Space Sheriff Gavan, your Shider, and as well as other ones. And the only reason that we did not get a third season of VR Troopers is because they ran out of footage, as well as with Beetleborgs and Beetleborgs Metallics. They actually ran out of footage.
Yeah, I saw someone mention Beetleborgs in chat earlier.
Oh, I love Beetleborgs. I just started watching the Metal Hero counterpart, Junko B Fighter, and I'm enjoying it right now. And that Batman's dead. You know, fire bad.
Fire is very hot. Not recommend.
Yes. Well, you know, we always say don't panic in this game, but they should panic because I'm gonna beat them down. But I enjoy a lot of the Super Sentai Metal Hero, like Tokusatsu in general. And, you know, I'm glad nobody brought up Masked Rider. And I'm talking about Saban's Masked Rider. Thank you for not bringing it up. Greatly appreciate it. You're awesome. Because even though a lot of people don't like that show, we could talk about Dragon Knight. I'm totally cool with Dragon Knight.
Someone else said, where is it? Do you plan to speedrun any of the Game Boy Advance Power Ranger games? And someone earlier had asked, did you ever play any of the GBA Power Ranger games?
No, I do actually own a couple of them. I own Wild Force and Ninja Storm, and I will gladly do that once I can get an emulate. Wait, there we go. And a Game Boy. I was gonna say Game Boy player, and that's stun lock right there. If you ever noticed that, there was stun lock on Abonimus. So happy about that. Got the stun lock on him. So you got to see the stun lock for a moment. But yeah, once I get a Game Boy player, I don't really care I don't need the disc, because I know TGH, he does that, the GBI interface. So hopefully I can get a Game Boy player at some point. But I remember I also do own Dino Thunder on the GameCube. So maybe one day I'll do that as well.
Let's see. Any opinions on Mystic Knights?
I actually don't remember Mystic Knights the Tyrannogog. I actually don't remember that one too well. I will really wish I did watch. I don't even think I watched it when I was younger. I really wish I did. Because I watched most of the shows, I think, with the exception of like that and the Ninja Turtles show from Saban. And as well, I did watch, and that Batlin just fell off. Just walked off the stage because he's like, I don't want to be in this jank anymore. So I'm gonna focus in a quick second because this boss is actually, and I died. I'm gonna focus for a moment because Murmitron is actually a pain in the butt. So I'm gonna get this, jump off, and I'm gonna focus for a moment.
Also, chat, I am so sorry I have not kept up with all of the questions. I know y'all have a lot of questions about the series or about maybe even the run or other Power Ranger games. I'm getting to them as I can. I'm actually having a lot of fun relaying them. So definitely keep them, yeah.
I'm glad you are, and congratulations, you just saw the greatest stun lock possible, because it is actually impossible to get stun lock on Murmitron, and time is going to come up as soon as I run through that gate, and let me get that extra life just for fun, and it is now time.
GG.
I know that time was terrible. It was like 25 something or 26.
Let me see, actually.
Honestly,
yeah, it was about 26 minutes, but that's okay. Like, bosses were super mean,
fine.
and we had a
there was jank everywhere.
a great time, like, just talking about the series.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to move very slowly on this, and I will take, I think we could take one final question.
Actually, I have a question. Where can the lovely people in chat find you, and what do you do when you're not doing this game?
You can find me on Twitter at proto_sonic720. I'm gonna figure out how to get that 720 out of there at some point. You can also follow me on Twitch as well at proto_sonic. I'm not really playing that much at this point right now because of personal stuff in my life. But I will be practicing soon for the Sonic and the Side quests with Knuckles Chaotix. So I'm gonna get back into that, get back into the swing of it and everything as well. And I also do a podcast, that other Toku podcast with my co-host as well, Crownless King OP. Special shout outs to him. I know he might be watching this at this point, but special shout outs to him. We talk about Toku and like a lot of Toku news and just review shows here and there. Our next episode 31, will be all about Toku games. So definitely is going to be fun and interesting with that. And we haven't forgot about the Tattoo Teenage Alien Fighters episode. We will talk about that. And Amber, I will send you a link to some Tattoo Teenage Alien Fighters.
But yeah, like Protosonic said,
Now,
he will be in another event here on Hotfix next weekend. So not this weekend, but next weekend, starting on April 17th. There is Sonic and the Side Quests, which is an event that I have organized. If anyone saw Sonic and the Shiny Things last year in April, that was an event that was focused on a lot of completionist-style Sonic runs. We've opened it up a little bit to include, like, side modes or, like, other small collectibles, and we've got 2 days worth of really awesome Sonic runs, and Protosonic will be running Knuckles Chaotix Best Ending. So he's collecting all the Chaos Rings or Chaos Fruit Loops, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Yes, part of the balanced, nutritious breakfast.
Oh yeah, part of everyone's balanced breakfast, but that said, I want to thank everyone for being here, watching the run. We've got 4 more runs, actually, so stick around for sure. Thank you again, Protosonic, for being on the show. This was a great time, and I am looking forward to having you on in a little over a week and a half's time now for Sonic and the Side Quests. So,
yeah, no problem. I enjoyed it, and thank you for having me on here. And just one last thing, shout outs to my girlfriend. She just watched it, so I miss you, pretty bird.
Oh.
So, but yeah, it's Morphin time.
But yeah, there's more where this came from. Just a reminder to people, SGDQ 2021 online is July 4th to the 11th. Game submissions are open now until April 11th. So be sure to prep your submissions if you'd like to be a part of SGDQ 2021 from the comfort of your own home. If you need more information, just go to gamesdonequick.com for more information. And speaking of information, info on all of our hotfix shows, whether it's mine, Skybill's shows, Mercy Kill and RNG, or The First Step, which is Keyzeron and J-Hobbs' show, which is happening tomorrow. All of our hotfix show information is available at gamesdonequick.com/hotfix, and from there you can find out more information about submitting your runs to any of our weekly shows. So definitely check that out. And of course, we love your support. So your subs, gift subs, Amazon Prime subs, bits cheered, everything that you do on the GDQ channel, or even just being here, helps support our weekly hotfix content. But thank you so much for supporting us. Coming up next, we have Alis Noon running Beast Wars Transformers with the Predacon campaign. Hi everyone, welcome back to episode 10 of Never Before Seen. We are visiting the silliest of Awful Block games here tonight. We just had Protosonic running Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. Right now we have Alis Noon joining us with this is totally Animorphs, right?
Yeah, it's kind of in keeping with the theme of things that transform into animals. Not human children this time, it is actually robots. If anyone's familiar with the Transformers franchise, I'm sure that quite a few people are. This was kind of their 90s rebrand, trying to get into 3D animated cartoons kind of thing. So there was a TV series originally, which was essentially the usual cast of characters from Transformers, but now they're animals for some reason. And this was the game that spawned from that, and it's only just a game. It's only just a video game. So yeah, hi, my name's Alis. I run a bunch of different games, and we are going to go into the starting thing. Time starts when we pick the character. And just to explain the category, so there's two campaigns in this. So there's the Maximal campaign, which are the Autobots, basically, but they've got a suitably beastie name, and the Predacons, who are the Decepticons. And we are playing the Predacon campaign, and that's because I think they're cooler, so we're playing them.
I just want to mention someone said my friend had this and he never let me play. And I just want to tell you, your friend was correct.
That is a good friend. I hope
your
you're still friends with them.
Your friend was being good.
After tonight, you can go to your friend and you can say thank you, okay? Because this game is quite something. So yeah, we're going to be playing Inferno for the whole game. Inferno turns into an ant. There's a lot of stats on the screen. Only one of them matters, which is strength, which is how much health you have. Every other stat is largely irrelevant, but we'll get into that eventually. So I'm ready to start.
Yeah, I am ready. I am ready to watch this video game whenever you are.
Absolutely. So yeah, we'll get ready in 3, 2, 1, go. So right off the bat, the first mechanic that you're going to see is the transformation. And this is a stat that isn't listed that's actually very important in certain areas. Or it was until this game got completely rerouted. So for some context, the world record for this was 42 minutes and something, and didn't have any skips at all. And then a runner by the name of Rathan, who does ILs, came and basically rerouted the whole game. And now that I've put that into full game, the world record is, as of today, about just under 26 minutes. So a lot has changed. So that was the first glitch. You can just walk on the lightning field there. The game doesn't really think about what happens if you get anywhere remotely unintended. And now we're going to do another glitch, which is a corner jump. So we're going to squish ourselves up in here, and you get to see the spider trying to climb out the bath physics the game has. If you try and climb up these vertical surfaces, you kind of just like squiggle your way back down, like you can't grab on, it's just too slippy. But eventually we will get up. There we go. And then through this ceiling. Cool. Lovely. So as you can see, this game is barely held together at the moment. Yeah. Basically, one of the other stats that isn't on that screen that we looked at with all the stats on is how high a character can jump and their animation. And that's what makes Inferno so powerful, is that he has an incredibly good jump animation and a very high health stat. Health is important because this game is brutal. It throws so many enemies at you. And if you die at any point, that's kind of it, because there is permadeath. If Inferno dies, we lose Inferno, and I don't think we can do most of the game without him, so here's hoping that doesn't happen.
That is one of the reasons why the estimate, despite the world record being like 22 or 23 minutes...
25
the estimate
something,
is,
I think.
Oh, 25 something? Okay. That is why the estimate is still 40 minutes, because Alis will be safety saving at every chance between levels, but if for some reason she dies towards the end of a level or something, that is a good chunk of time lost. So it's marathon safe in quotations.
Yeah, and Also, remember how I mentioned there's permadeath? There's also a lot of things that kill you in one hit, including half the bosses. So that's going to be fun. Hopefully we shouldn't actually have to worry about them too much because we are going to go out of bounds and kill them from like up on like different barriers and stuff like that. So it shouldn't be too bad. But right now we've just skipped a starting section where you have to run around and press a button. That was like their favorite mechanic when they made this game, was let's just put buttons everywhere and make kids run around and press them while everything tries to kill you. So you can never catch that cycle, that platform that we've got to wait for, because it's like screen-based, so as soon as you arrive, it starts moving. You can't ever get there before it moves. So we're just going to use this opportunity to kill some enemies, and you'll notice I'm firing very quickly. That's because although they have a firepower stat for how powerful your gun is, they didn't actually limit how fast you can fire the gun, so you can fire this as fast as you can mash. So I'm playing this on a PlayStation style controller at the moment, but when I first learned this, I played on my arcade controller, and the button on that, you can just really spam that, and it was like a Gatling gun of bullets that you could fire out of the thing. It was absolutely ridiculous. Oh, just missed that cycle there. That's a shame. So if you can get up there, you can get an early cycle on that transporter, but it's fine. So the game right now wants us to press like another button to clear that electric wall you can see in the distance. But it turns out that there's another mechanic in this game that allows you to just completely bypass it, which is the quick turn. So this game has tank controls, which is just not fun. But they thought, what if you need to turn quickly? What if we give people the option to do that? So there is a button that makes you turn really fast, and it lets us just completely ignore this lightning wall if we're good enough. So just line ourselves up, and there we go, perfect. So yeah, not a particularly good barrier as it happens. You can just jump around it. The way that this game works is that like half the levels you just have to get to a location, and then half the levels you have to fight a boss. So the first one we did, we just had to get to that location, which is why we kind of just entered the end zone for the level from above, and it worked. This one, there's a boss, but he's not really... He's going to try his best. He's going to shoot us like once and then just run at us, basically. And if you just keep backtracking and spamming the button, then he is gone. Easy peasy. So yeah, that is the second level. So that went pretty smoothly, actually. That level can be really horrible. The next level is an example of possibly them not testing the game particularly well. So the way that this game is, the way that this level is designed, it's the first boss level. So we're going to fight Rhinox, who's one of the Maximals. The way this level is designed is you start at the top and you're supposed to make your way down all these winding paths to get to the bottom area where Rhinox is. But what they didn't think was, why would we bother putting, the end of the level any further away from the beginning than this? So I've just jumped to the end, basically. Because thanks to the spider falling off the bath physics, if you can land on a slanted surface, you don't take any damage at all. So now we are up here on this platform, and Rhinox is down there, and we are just wailing on him. There we go.
So wait a second. Are there fall? Is there fall damage?
There
in
is
this
fall
game?
damage, but you can largely ignore it in a lot of places. So yeah, that was Rhinox. That was Heart of the City. That's the only strat that I found that's still in the game. Everything else, Rathan is completely overworked. So,
oh wow.
Shoutouts to Rathan, honestly, absolute hero. This game, I was dreading doing this until Rathan came up with all the strats, and now the game is actually surprisingly consistent. So now we're entering the polluted zone. So there's 4 different types of zone, and there's a new strat in this zone that I'm going to try and get, but it's very difficult. So if not, we have to do some of the scariest platforming in the game, because a game with tank controls definitely needs platforming. That is definitely what it needs.
Yeah, we learned that with Croc.
So I've already failed it, so that's fine. So we're not going to be doing the skip, which means we are doing the scary platforming. So now I have to try and get on this thing. This isn't the scary platforming. This is just me being bad, but it's fine.
We've got water here too, so really just amping up the spider trying to climb out of the bathtub vibes.
Oh yeah, it's
the game
raining.
has
Yeah,
going.
absolutely. I was getting a bit antsy about this level, so it's
We're
happening.
starting with the ant puns.
We are starting with the ant
Skybills,
puns.
if you are watching and lurking, that one's for you.
Yeah, so this is just another example of how they didn't test the game, because so you come up this way, and they want you to go through that maze to the right and then loop back round to down here, but you can just walk down. They just didn't put any barrier. They just thought, no one's going to walk in there. They'll think it's a pit that kills you, but no, it is just a shortcut, actually. So we have completely bypassed a whole chunk of the level by just doing relatively normal platforming. And this is the first level, I think, that has the scricks or something. They weren't in the TV show. They were added just for this game. And the only lore that they have is that they have, that they just showed up, basically. And that they want to kill, like, the Transformers. That's literally their only lore, is that they are bad guys. So those worm things, they were the scricks. And there's some big ones later as well. They're very scary. So this is the platforming I was talking about. Okay, we did it. And now here, okay, this is going well. Okay. And that's the last scary jump. Okay, so if you fell down any of those pits, you would just, like, you'd be out. That's it. Like, you would die instantly. It's insta-kill in that pit. And, yeah, there are certain characters whose, like, their jump animation isn't good enough to clear that jump. So, like, I only just cleared it with Inferno, and Inferno's jump is really good. I think Megatron can make it, and Scorponok probably can, but I don't think Tarantulas can. He's not very good at jumping, despite being a spider. Okay, so that thing there, that's one of the big scricks I was talking about. They kill you in one hit if they hit you with a melee. So be very careful. He's right behind me right now. He could kill me at any minute. I cannot overemphasize how scary it is when they're chasing you down. And they are in all of the, like the next two levels they're in as well. So there's Black Arachnia. She is a character that we have unlocked. So we unlock Black Arachnia, and the Maximals, I think, unlock Rat Trap at this point. We're not going to use her. She's not very good. So we are going to stick to using Inferno. So this was another level that, until Rathan came along, was utterly terrifying. Essentially, there's a boss that one-shots you if he melees you, and the entire level's very long. There's lots of enemies. They're shooting you all the time. You're losing lots of health. But now there's an out of bounds that conveniently skips all that, but I might fall into the void and die. So we will see what happens. I did save the game, so if that happens,
yes,
then...
I watched you save it.
Yep, so it'll just be funny if I don't make it. I've been trying to do runs without doing safety saves recently because I want to get a better time. And the Scrix is right behind me. I don't like him.
Run, little ant,
run. He's quite the antagonist, this Scrix. Come on, you had to be anticipating that one.
Oh, no.
Oh, chat, if you've got any ant puns, please jump in. I am keeping half an eye on chat, so if you've got any ant puns, I am down for it.
I think a lot of people are mistaking the ant for a spider, because why wouldn't they with spider physics
no,
in this
he's an
game?
ant. Look, see, he's got 6 legs. Look, I'm showing him off with the camera right now. But yeah, I like Black Arachnia too. I can see some Black Arachnia love in the chat. I like her too. I think she's great. But sadly, her stats are not good in the game. She has incredibly bad health and doesn't have anything about her that makes her more effective than Inferno. Inferno is just like the MVP of Predacon's side. Although I've noticed Rathan is now using Scorponok for some levels, who has less health but a higher damage on his gun, so you can kill bosses slightly quicker. So, yeah, that was the kind of the out of bounds clip. I just completely forgot to talk about that. I was too busy thinking about Black Arachnia being cool. So the boss is down there. Normally, you would be in there running around like an idiot because he is trying to one-shot you. And he might kill me, actually. He's fired 3 rockets. He normally only does like 1. No, there we go. We're fine. So 3 rockets is very unlucky. It's kind of RNG how many he shoots at you. Nearly killed me, but we're fine. We got him. So normally he could one-shot you. That's a very scary boss. But yeah, it's fine. We got past him. And now we're on to the next boss level. This is Kill Dinobot. They kind of got like really, really bored with the naming convention, and they were like, "Yeah, just what do you do in this level? Kill Dinobot." Okay, well that's the name. However, Dinobot isn't the scary thing about this level. The scary thing is that one of those big Scrix is right in front of you at the very start, and this guy can just end your entire career right here. So please don't kill me, thank you. Okay.
At least it's at the beginning of the level if it did.
Yeah, although if you're like if you're going for like a
this
really
one
good
isn't.
run and you're not saving, then you know it's
yeah.
very tragic to just have that guy decide that no, your run is over. Sorry.
Like, bye.
If you got past the lava levels, you could probably finish the game out with Megatron, but or Scorponok, but I don't think you can do the lava ones without Inferno. He's just too good. So Dinobot is in here. Dinobot doesn't have very good AI. A little bit of RNG whether he runs to the left or the right or straight towards you. And he just sat there and took it, so that's fine. That was the best RNG, where he doesn't move at all. So yeah, really quick kill on Dinobot. And now we are moving on to the volcanic levels. The volcanic levels are, covered in lava, and bits of the floor are also lava, despite not looking like they're lava, and you only work this out when you stand on them and die for the first time, so that's fun.
This sure is a weird adaptation of Ant-Man.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely. It's Ant-Man, except he gets angry, I guess. So also, this whole area that I'm in now, you'll see there's lava to my left, and the terrain just constantly tries to push you into it, so I'm going to have to, like, jump over certain bits. Like here, it's trying to push me down. Intended, by the way. This is not anything speedrunnery. This is how you're supposed to play this bit of the level. So these red patches of floor, they will kill you. Don't stand on them. That is not made particularly clear until you've stood on them, so...
Someone in chat was just thinking the same thing I was about the fact that Inferno has a flower butt.
He does have a flower butt. Can we get some shout-outs to Inferno's flower butt? He's fabulous, honestly. Loving it.
Shout-outs to the flower butt.
More platforming. This isn't quite as scary as the other platforming, though. You got quite a lot of leeway on this. But if you fall in the lava, that's basically your life over. I will get some safety health here. Normally I skip this one.
Your depth perception is much better than mine right now.
Oh, only because I've died on this so many times. Ooh. So I'm going to transform here. This is just the time when that one's coming back up. And also, when you're transforming, you don't take damage. It's not so relevant because I've killed the enemies on the way in for safety. But if you're transforming, you get iframes. So that's another reason why Inferno's transform animation is so good, is that you only get iframes like near the start. So if you are transforming near the start, then you can't take damage. And Inferno's is very short. So you can get back to the start of that transform sequence much quicker and avoid more damage.
Okay.
But it's less relevant now because we don't really take damage anywhere. So... there used to be whole sections of this game where I would be spamming transform to avoid taking damage for like long periods of time waiting for platforms and stuff, but that's not so relevant now. So this bit of the game you can kind of just walk out. We are now out of bounds. Welcome to the void. And you might think that to my left now, oh, I've trapped myself. This is just a bigger wall, right? This is actually, you can walk through this. And the way the game treats your character when you're out of bounds and you walk through the scenery when it's in this state is it just kind of puts you at the top. So I'm basically going to use this to warp up back into the level like that, and now we're at the end of the stage. It's kind of like a clever feature because it gets people back into the game, but it does kind of mean you can just abuse it like this. And then here's one of the Scrix bosses. Shoutouts to him. He's gone. Not a particularly threatening one. So that's Volcanic 1 gone. Volcanic 2 used to have a really cool strat that I came up with, and then Rathan decided that no, we're not doing that, so sorry. Instead, we'll do something that's slightly scarier, but slightly safer if you can do it, if that makes any sense. If you get it wrong, then you die, but it's less likely to go wrong. So we're going to do a bit of platforming up here, and then... Oh, I'm very far over. I need to come this way a bit, and that should make it good. So we've just skipped fighting some enemies and jumping into this really scary platform as it's rising out of the lava just before it appears. So now we're going to go up here. So there's like an Indiana Jones boulder chasing scene in this game. And the reason why I'm mentioning that is because the boulder is right over here. And if you touch it, you die, even if it's not rolling. So I need to be very careful here. Because I need to go up here. There we go. We're fine. Okay.
Nice.
So yeah, do not touch that. Do not touch that boulder. It will end you. And then this is kind of a weird one. Okay. That went wrong. I've never messed it up this way before. This is interesting. Okay. Oh god. Where are we? Where are we? It's okay. We're fine. I know where we are. Oh, we're fine.
Okay, I also know where we are.
We're back at the start. It's okay. We can go again. I've never messed that up that way before. That was very strange. This void warp is very, very annoying. But I've never... Oh, okay, we're dead. We are dead. We are dead.
Yep, nope.
We are very dead. Yeah, we're dead. So,
Fission mailed, so
It's
we are
fine.
going to load that save.
we are going to load a save. Yeah, this is why I made the saves. Well, out of all the things that could have gone wrong, I suppose Final Confrontation was not a bad one. So, press start. Predacon. You can only load if you can completely quit out to the menu, by the way. Otherwise, it only lets you save. And I don't want to overwrite that save with a save that doesn't have Inferno. I could do it with Megatron. It would just be terrifying. Because I couldn't do the skip. I'd have to do it, glitchless. And the strat I had here before this was not something you ever want to do in your life. So... Okay, we're going to go up here. Boom. There we go. Oh, come on. There we go. So yeah, as you can see, even slight mistakes translate into this spider in the bath state where you are slipping down the terrain and you can't do an awful lot about it. Oh, there's a robot behind me. Those guys are horrible. They pound the ground and make these shockwaves appear and they do tons of damage. So, boulder. That is a nice boulder. Okay, let's go for the Void Warp again. Let's hope this doesn't happen a second time. Hey, it worked properly this time. Great, cool.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, now there's an enemy here. I don't know who he's supposed to be, but we're gonna kill him. I think he's the I think he's like a bird or something. I think he's the Maximal's other flying character. Because there are missions in this with flying characters, by the way. And would you believe it if I told you that the two Transformers that can fly, well, two of the Transformers that can fly are this guy, the ant, and the gorilla on the other side. The natural flying creature in the game. Okay, we are saving the game.
The ant and the gorilla, of course they can fly.
Yeah, Optimus Prime, aka Optimus Primal in this game. They renamed him. Okay, so now we're gonna escape the bathtub. I should really ask Rathan to call this bathtub skip because it looks like you are climbing out the bathtub. So I genuinely feel like the reason why they made the Transformers show was to just have an excuse to animate a gorilla fighting a T-Rex. I feel like that was they just wanted to do Kong versus Godzilla, but in a 90s kids show.
Oh yeah.
And what was the other thing that happened? Also, I'm just keeping an eye on the chat. People know a lot more about the lore than I do. So if anyone in the chat says something that disagrees with what I say, trust them, okay? Because I probably don't know anything. So...
Yeah, not to be outdone, Protosonic may be an expert on Power Rangers, but Aelus is an expert on not the Transformers.
Yeah, I do not... I've never watched a Transformers IP other than Beast Wars. And it was a long time ago. I can't remember a lot of the characters. Oh yeah, also Optimus Primal takes every opportunity to say, well, that's just Prime. I'm pretty sure it's just his version of swearing. And it is great. So this boss is horrible, and you actually have a homing attack you can see me doing here. It's not really useful most of the time, but this boss's hitbox is so picky that it's actually easier to use the homing attack to kill it than it is to try and gun it down normally. Now, Scorponok seems to have an easier time with this, and there's an argument to be made for Scorponok being better than Inferno in this level, but I don't care. I'm playing Inferno because I don't want to have to think about what character I'm playing. I'm sticking with Inferno for now. Sorry, Rathan. Fun fact, by the way, Rathan uploaded that strat to SRC about 2 hours before this run, so...
Oh, wow.
It would have been very forward-thinking for me to try and include it. Now, this is Mining Machine. Now, the way that... You might have noticed we've entered these desert levels, and the way the game works is you can pick whether you start with the urban or the desert levels. Because these are supposedly easier levels, and because I just mash through the level select to save a bit of time, we end up doing these levels towards the end. So we do urban, then it unlocks polluted, so we do polluted. Then it unlocks volcanic, so we do the first 2 volcanic levels. Then we have to come back and do desert, because once you've done the 3 desert levels, it unlocks the 3rd volcanic level, and then we can finish the game. So, just in case that wasn't convoluted enough. So, these are technically levels that you could pick from the very start. Imagine the scene. You're 5 years old, you've got a PlayStation, your parents buy you Beast Wars Transformers, you love the TV show, and then you are confronted with this as one of the first levels that you play in the game. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because we're about to approach the most ridiculous developer-intended platforming I've ever seen in my life. You have to jump around this building, and there is an invisible wall on the edge of the building that stops you from jumping around it. And also, you can just mistime the jump and die. So, welcome to hell, okay? This is...
Population Inferno right
Population
now.
Inferno, exactly. We have died. Welcome to Mining Machine. This is the most ridiculous level. I can't believe this could potentially be the second level you play in the game. And, some characters, they just cannot do this. They cannot do this jump. So this is just... unless you really liked Inferno as a kid, you'd probably just assume you can't beat this game.
So when I first had a PS1, it took a long time before my parents would buy a memory card. So I'm very glad I did not play this video game because
a memory card doesn't
imagine
help.
Just trying to, yeah.
Do you know what my experience was
just
this?
imagine getting this far and then you get to that jump and you have exhausted or killed all of the possible characters that can make that jump at that point.
Yeah, exactly. And do you know what the thing is? I had a memory card on my PlayStation, and it doesn't help because I just lost all of my characters on the first level every time because playing them the intended way is ridiculous. It is so easy to die.
That sounds about right. This game was out in the weird late 90s where they were still making games ridiculously hard.
Yeah, or just not
style.
testing them. One of the two.
There's gotta be a
Attempt
quality
to a
assurance
mining
somewhere
machine.
in the credits.
Mining Machine, let's go. We did it. Okay.
So let's go. Second try.
That is
every
the
every
intended way
time.
to do that. I cannot stress that enough that was intended. That looked horrible, and that's what you're supposed to do. Also, these rocks, by the way, I didn't mention, but you're meant to go get an upgrade that makes your gun able to shoot these rocks down, but they're not programmed very good, so we just kind of don't. And this is the mining machine, and we picked up a explosive that we're going to leave on the mining machine. You can hear it beeping, so we're just going to stand over here and scuttle about now. Did a little bit of sideways dancing. Crab rave. Except with an ant. You might say that he has ants in his pants.
We are going to have some crabs a little later tonight after this run.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I can't wait to see what Fight Crab even is. That's going to be amazing.
Fight Crab. That was one of the games that, I saw the submission video for it come in, which, by the way, if y'all have runs to submit to Never Before Seen, if it's never been in a mainline GDQ, follow the link at the end of this command I just typed in chat for the submission form. But I took one look at that, and my partner, TGH, looked at the submission video with me for Fight Crab and was just this was months and months ago. He was like, you're featuring this game at some point, right?
But it wasn't a question, it was a statement, right?
Yeah,
it
was
was
more of
featuring
a
this game.
it was a question that was also really just a statement of you would be absurdly missing an opportunity to not showcase this.
So we're skipping some intended platforming with some unintended platforming here because the intended platforming is scary. There we go. So this is Cheetor's base. This is the final boss we'll do before Optimus Prime. Primal, sorry. And yeah, Cheetor is tiny. I don't know in what world a cheetah is smaller than an ant, but he is significantly smaller than I am, so...
I can't believe this
Here he
wasn't
is,
the
look
first
at him.
remastered game on the PS5.
Oh, I'd love it, to be honest. Give me a Beast Wars Transformers remaster. There we go, that's Cheetor, he's dead.
that death animation, though.
Yeah, he just kind of can't deal with it. So we're coming up on the last level, actually. This has gone really smoothly, other than that death in Final Confrontation. So, pretty happy with this so far. I feel like there's so much more about why this is a bad game that I could have talked about, because someone mentioned in the chat, just because it's hard doesn't mean it's bad, and I agree. However, this game is bad. Trust me, okay? It's really bad. This is the Axelon. It's the Maximal home ship. They tried to put up some defenses. Tried being the keyword, because that one didn't work particularly well, and neither will this one. Fantastic. And neither will this one. So that, we should just be able to get just around there. There we go. Another quick turn there. And then there's one last scary jump that I now have a backup for if it goes wrong, so I am going to go for it. Normally I wouldn't, previously I wouldn't have, but we're entering the final area. In fact, I think every single barrier they put in your way in this game is just completely avoidable. You don't need to go do any of them, because there's another barrier here that we're going to skip. This one's a bit scarier. There we go. So we've skipped that one. If you fail that, the backup is to jump against the side where the acid is below you and just pray. And hope that you can jump all the way around without the acid killing you. And it does work, actually, with a surprising degree of consistency. And this is the final electric barrier, and we're just gonna not worry about it, because you're meant to put this down before you can hit the boss, but if you stand here, you can just hit it. So this is like the pre-boss, and time's coming up soon. So there's Optimus Prime. There he is. You can see the flying gorilla right now on screen. He's having a great time. I'm going to get his health just to be safe. And time is going to be when all the UI elements fade off of the screen. So it's going to fade to black, the UI is going to disappear, and that's going to be time. So Optimus Prime is dead, and time. And we have to watch this cutscene, because it is just absurd, and I love it. It's one of my favorite things about this game, is this ending cutscene.
It looked like a 27:45.
27:45? That is not bad, considering I had a 40-minute estimate. That went surprisingly well.
Oh my god, what is this cutscene?
Victory. Yes.
It is quality, is what it is.
Yeah.
Yes. The thing is, he says that at the start of the cutscene, and they just reused the same voice lines. Like, they just copy-pasted the start voice line into the middle. And then he destroys Cybertron, I guess. And yeah, that's the game. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. I'd just like to say shoutouts again to Rathin. This would have been a very different experience if Rathin had not completely rerouted this whole thing, because you would have basically been watching me run around screaming, hoping that the enemies don't kill me. So...
Yeah, like, you offered this to me a while back. I want to say back in, like, November or something? September, November? No. It was something around that time. November, December. I don't actually remember anymore. But, like, I was like, yeah, absolutely, submit it. Bad game that might not, like, be marathon safe? Send it my way. I've got an April Fool's plan for it. My god. But GG on the run. What are some of these FMVs in these cutscenes?
Oh, these are all
in these credits.
So half of these are actual scenes from the show. So that middle section there, that's actually what the show looked like. Now it's the game, but now the bottom one is the show. I think that's the episode where they like break the defenses and they start shooting at each other in the ship for no reason.
Quality assurance. There were people who tested this.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're right there.
Absolutely. Phenomenal game. Do your job next time.
What a beautiful video game. But, Alice, I got a question for you. It's not about Transformers lore, I promise.
Very fortunate that it isn't.
Where can the wonderful people in chat find you? What do you do when you are not streaming Transformers?
I stream actual video games. So yeah, I normally stream on Twitch. I previously ran a lot of Sonic games. I've been playing more Jet Set Radio Future recently. It's a game I've run for a little while, but I've been trying to get more into it. So Jet Set Radio Future, I'm going to be doing a lot of that at the moment. Immortals Phoenix Rising is a game I've been running recently. That's been super fun. That came out last year. That's a really cool game. I've run a bunch of stuff. Spyro, Klonoa.
Klonoa's so good.
This is probably like the most egregious thing. A few different Sonic games. So yeah, I've done a bunch of things. Oh wait, we got to put in initials. I'm just gonna put GDQ in. There we go. There we go. GDQ immortalized as having beaten Beast Wars Transformers. We did it, everyone. We did it.
We absolutely did it.
We didn't get the top score though. Anna's got that. Sorry.
Boy. All right. Well, thank you so much for the run. It's been a blast having you on the show, honestly.
Thank you for having me. It's been really fun.
For those of you who want more content, we've got more content coming. Coming up next, we have Teddy Russ with Fight Crab. I mentioned this very briefly part of the way through this run, but this was one of the submission videos I showed to my partner when it came in like pretty early on in the show's lifespan. And he took one look at the video, one look at me, and said, "So you're featuring this, right?" So it's I can't wait. So We'll be right back after this break, but I would like to remind everyone that SGDQ 2021 online dates are out there. The event is running from July 4th to the 11th of July. Game submissions are currently open. They're open until April 11th, and if you want to be able to prep your submissions in time, like, you need to get them in if you want to be part of the GDQ from the comfort of your own home. That said, if you're also interested in volunteering for the event, those submissions will be opening on the 9th, so 2 days, in 2 days. Check GDQ.com or GamesDoneQuick.com for more info on the dates, as well as where you can submit runs and everything. But we'll be right back after this break with Teddyruss and Fight Crab. We've got 3 more runs for you, and it's gonna be a show, so stay tuned. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to episode 10 of Never Before Seen. Not to be outdone, we have Teddyruss here with the silliest game I have probably ever seen on the show. This is Fight Crab, and I want to remind everyone, if you ever want to be on the show and you have a game that has never been speedrun before in a mainline GDQ event, that's AGDQ, SGDQ, or GDQx, and you'd want to submit it, type !NBS. I'm going to do that for you myself. Follow the link in that command to submit your runs to me. I would love to have you on the show. Give me more things like this. Give me more things like this, please. But I'm gonna go ahead. Teddy, introduce yourself. Tell the lovely people who you are and what we're looking at right now.
Yeah, I'm Teddy. This is the Fight Crab game. We are crabs and we fight. And I can't believe they haven't. I've submitted this game like 2 or 3 times already. Been denied every time so far. I don't know why. And I don't know why they haven't accepted it. It's like a genuinely pretty good speed game. Like there's a little bit of physics jank to make it exciting and different every time. There's a lot of, it's just a fun game. There's a lot of whatchamacallits. Anyway, who are we gonna select as our character model here? Should we go with Hatsune Miku or should we go with whatchamacallit, Krillin? We got
oh
here
god,
we go. I have
there's
it over
Krillin?
Here. We have hang on. There's Krillin. My favorite's the buff cat. Let me find him. These ones don't work unfortunately. I put Hugh Neutron every time, but yeah. I'm gonna go with Buff Cat. He's my favorite.
Buff Cat is great.
We can do this. Is useless for the run, but it's just you might as well. Oh, and I guess we'll do Deer as our partner, right? We have a couple options too for that. Yeah, our partner, they did a collab with Deer Simulator. Deer Simulator, we have a million E's. So they have 2 deers next to that's a crab. We can just go with the normal crab too, but yeah. We can go with a lobster. That's fine too. And
oh my god.
Yeah, or classic mud crab. Nah, let's go with lobster cop. That works. Man, let me change my color. I like my crab colored metal crab. Yeah, this is a new game plus run, so I can use all the fun stuff pretty much. Anyway, let's start the run now. 3, 2, 1, fight crab. Yeah, this is basically just a wrestling game, but it's I don't know. No rules, pretty much. You just need to pin them on their back. That's all it takes. And I'm using this crab. He's got whatchamacallit, boosters. He's the metal crab. He's like a robot crab kind of thing. Anyway, round 1's done. That guy's down. Long arm crab. Ain't nothing. This is the worst crab in the game right here. Elbow crab. He tends to go down incredibly quick. But yeah, I'm using the katanas not because personally reason just because they're thin. I can get under a crab and flip them easier. There's big maces and big swords. There's one sword just literally has a super thing throw people around with it. I've seen one of the runners try one time, make it work, and it works sometimes. But you can also ring out crabs too, but there's a ring. The ring on this arena is really far away, so I just want to try to pin them as fast as I can. This guy already took my sword. What the heck? I can pinch him a little bit though. If I can. Pinching is hard in this game, by the way. Pinching is good if you can get it though. They just straight up take a ton of damage and they can't move hardly. Yeah, there we go. My little cat's just sitting there yeah, this is fine. Oh, I got a palm tree and I'm gonna slap him on this. Lobster on lobster violence, let's go. Or turn around, my lobster's confused. Oh, didn't get a pinch there. Whoa, what? Okay, physics jank just happened. That was alright. I'm not sure what happened. He died though, so we take those. We take those, I guess. You normally see physics that janky in this game. It's normally just kind of a lot more reasonable, but that was you just kind of teleported. This guy's got boosters too, so he's unwieldy. This guy can die immediately sometimes, or they might have patched that, but I don't know. I've seen this guy like literally die in 2 seconds before me touching him just because he can't control the boosters too well. He should be dead, but his boosters keep him alive. There we go. Back has to actually touch the ground for that counter to start. There we go. See ya. Pinch, pinch, pinch. Yeah, each level has a boss.
I enjoy these celebratory pinches.
Yeah, at least I can get a pinch on him. But yeah, anyway, that little I got the booster. That's even better. Yeah, the bosses have hyper modes. They can't get taken down during hyper. I just have to try to rack as much damage as I can. The strat for this guy is to like hug him as hard as you can and try to like position yourself in a way like he's just kind of got an open space behind him. He can still go flying with his super off of you if you just kind of stay still. But yeah, that didn't work out. Ran into the buildings. He can like end up on his back and die right away. But yeah, it's like you have to take him out before he gets on their hyper off. He is in an awkward spot. That's really weird. I'm gonna let him come out or something. No. Okay, he's going down for some reason. I don't know why, but I'll take it, kinda. Land on your back and he dies, but he's being wonky. I don't know. Yeah, we didn't get him, whatever. I'm just gonna fly around to this booster because we have to wait for like a while. Oh, the booster's gone. All right, well, see ya. We just have to kind of wait him out anyway. He's in a really awkward spot. Yeah, bosses can be like that sometimes. This boss is one of the more annoying ones. You just kind of can't really take him out too well. If he ends up in an awkward spot like that, you just kind of wait for a while. Although if I do it right, I can like fling him into the pit on the side of the arena. Yeah, he's dead. There we go. He'll like die immediately, but it's a hard quick kill. Man, that's the first area.
So what are the percentages?
It's like Smash Bros percentages. Like the more like damage they take, like the more susceptible to being like pinned or knocked around. Pretty similar.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to try to go low to high and then get a quick pin, which almost. Oh no, we got him. Cool. I think I accidentally flipped him over. Whoops, that was weird. Yeah. Normally you can just kind of get on top of them, but that was kind of a bad pin. Dang, dude. Pin. It's like both swords this time actually like maneuver them a little better. And here's we got like a couple extra ways. By the way, medieval zone. Point that out. But yeah, there's a ton of tables and shables and whatever the heck in the way, and they're kind of going to be annoying and keep enemies from going down too all. But we can deal that. There we go. Get pinned. That's why I use this crab, just because the boosters are so good for this. You just like what would take like a way longer fight and just immediately you're pinned. See ya. Oh, here's Lobster Thor, by the way. We're gonna take him down, hopefully. Or cameras. If there's more than one enemy, the camera will try to fight me a lot. Did he just get killed right away? All right. My partner did work. Let's go, Lobster Cop. All right. We like you over Frog Detective. Go down. Is he going down? I can't tell. There's chairs and stuff in the way. There's a third enemy I need to look out for too. Snow Crab goes down so easy.
I just enjoy.
Easy
I enjoy
pin.
like how some of these like some of the commentary is just like you can't have it in any other game. Yeah, I can't see. There's like chairs and stuff in the way. Like, did I flip him? Like, is he pinned? Like, what's going on?
Yeah. Oh, he just got yeeted. Like, okay, I don't think he killed him though. Yeah. You can pick up all these tables and stuff too. But like the sword's just better, and it's hard to get stuff after you lose it, which I'll probably have to do in the next area 4. He's stuck under my legs. That happens way too much in this game too sometimes. I think I'm in the spot too. That's good. Let me just wait here because there's a guy who's gonna come down like right here. I'm gonna try to like flip him immediately. As the speedrun started, just get on top of them before like right where they spawn. You don't all spawn like in the same spots, but we didn't get a great one. Yeah, this is one of the first guys with like a really big heavy weapon, which they can use to kind of keep themselves alive longer, and I'm pushing them into a wall, which is not good. Because like you have to flip that over the top of them, but once it's flipped over, they have a hard time getting back up. It's a big heavy weapon they have to lift over their head, and they can't do it a lot of the time. It's like it can either help them or hurt them real hard. There we go. Clap is down. Now we have another Lobster Thor, I think. Or is this? No, he's a Dungeness Crab in the dungeon. Or the throne room, technically, but hey, it works better for the medieval zone. Oh yeah, he's hypers for some reason, so he's going to take longer to kill. And I don't know how this happened, but my cat isn't helping. Swipe him a little bit. Do something. Yeah, the way this crab is balanced is he has horrible turn rate, but he can do the boost, so it's worth it usually, as long as he doesn't turn around too much. And he's not going to flip. He's going to get his hyper off, I think. Or no, we're going to get him, hopefully. Boost to keep him down. Stay down. And he gave me a hyper, too. Perfect. I'm going to use one of these. I'm going to throw a Kamehameha at this dude. Yeah, did I mention that? We got, like, DBZ moves in this game. Like, straight up, there's, like, 5 DBZ moves in this. Except I remember to do Kamehameha. I can check for the other ones later, but... Yeah, here's the sword I was talking about earlier on the stage 1. This guy can do this. Actually, he's not even hitting that well. That was good. I got... Camera's being weird, though. I'm turned around. I don't know why, but yeah, he can, like, eat you pretty hard. which is good in every arena, but this one, because this one has no out of bounds. Actually, let me try to just, let's throw a Kamehameha at him, why not? And then, oh, what? Drop my Kamehameha, there we go, come on. There we go, I'm gonna do it, I'm not gonna get him pinned in time. He's gonna flip over with his hyper, that sucks. It happens. Oh, jeez. Am I gonna get killed, actually? No, I live, all right, cool. Oh, okay, he's dead. My partner did work, good job, Lobster. It's a credit to the team.
The lobster mobster.
Lobster's doing it. Oh yeah, here's the Chinese restaurant. There's like flavor text this area, just like, who will be turned into crab rangoon, and I love it. Used to have like a lot worse English, but like they got a translator and it was like, oh, come on. It was way better before. But yeah, this arena, the big thing about it is you can ring out people really easily, which is actually slower, believe it or not, because it takes, gravity's kind of slow. It's like underwater gravity. Like, yeah, look how long that takes. My partner has just died. I don't know how. Okay, I can revive him. He's gonna revive the round start anyway. Yeah. It's faster to pin him, which is hard to do if I'm trying to do like get a good time in this. But you gotta. It's just too easy to like knock people flying out of the place. I hate this guy because chain weapons destroy your weapon durability, which is those meters below my swords. I don't think I mentioned that yet. That was actually a really quick kill. I love it. Yeah, when you lose durability, you drop your weapon, which is not fun because it could go anywhere. Someone can hit it around and you can't get to it easy. Oh yeah, I can't boost in this area too much. Oh, he just died before his hyper. That's a new one. Yo, that's cool. ILPB, I don't even know. Maybe not.
Yo,
it took a while to get to him. Let's go. Fight crab. Let's fight these crabs. I don't think I mentioned the controls yet. They're like really wonky, but they work. We're gonna fight with the one crab, the lobster.
The like physics remind me almost of like Octodad.
A little bit.
Like with the
I gotta speak about that. The controls. I'm using both analog sticks to control each arm. I have to use like triggers to punch, and the pinch and the block is the. Oh my god, I'm dying. I'm dying with this guy, unfortunately. But he's coming with me. Okay. He died there first. That works. I'm gonna do a quick little reset there.
You win.
Oops. I think we're on level 4. Yeah. Oopsie daisy. That happens. Yeah, the bumpers are like blocking and pinching and stuff. And you had to move after you use the D-pad, which is like, it's weird, but it works. Honestly, the controls were wonky at first, but like, you're just like, these make sense. Okay, he flipped up while I was on top of him. I don't know how, this might have been the same fight twice. Whatever, we'll do it again, I don't even care. Fight crab, I don't mind. Yeah, I think I just beat this fight, so whatever, we'll do it again. Oops, yeah, he's going down, except I'm not going down this time. Whatever, we did it. Next one. And he just comes in on a big dragon, by the way, which is the coolest intro to the boss, but he's like the easiest boss to kill. He almost goes down almost always after his hyper's over, which he knows how to Kamehameha too, and it's also purple like mine is. He either like flies out of the arena or flips over. Yeah, he's the king crab, but he's terrible. He killed my partner! How dare you? He's out of the arena. Sometimes the dragon will save him, like it'll just duck down and hit him, but not today. He did. Easiest boss by far, so you can just ring out him in like 2 seconds. Easy peasy. Now we're gonna go to the Japan zone. Here's the hype track.
I'd really like to think that this is what the crabs and lobsters are doing in the tanks in grocery stores when the grocery store is closed.
Just throw like some shurikens in there. Watch them throw it at each other. Oh yeah, you can throw your weapon too if you wanted to, but it's very situational. I don't run into that too often. Oh yeah, this area is the worst area because if they get up against their wall, it's hard to pin them. It's like they're doing the rope-a-dope stuff from boxing on you. You have to like get them off the wall so they can actually get pinned. Otherwise, they'll just stay like 90 degrees forever. There we go. Makes this area really hard. Be like fast. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of chain weapon guys here too, so weapon durability is just out. It's gone. See ya. Also, yeah, there's another thing too. Is crabs get under you, they're hard to flip. So you can't hit them when they're under you. It's like a really weird strat. Go down. Bad long arm crab. So I just go flying too. I don't know why. Okay, I don't know why that counted as a down. He's like airborne, but all right, whatever. Game's like, no, start counting. Ref, go. His back hit the ground. That counts. Please, there we go. Red frog crab is pinned. You win. Easy peasy. Who we got next? Alright, this guy's got a rapier and a scythe. This is like, all the crabs are like Mall Ninja stuff here for some reason. Like, some guy has like a straight up Mall Ninja dagger somewhere. I think this is that guy. Yeah, look at that thing. What is that? This little scythe-looking knife. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
he's a
one
mace
with 3
too.
prongs.
No, this guy right in front of me. Yeah.
Oh.
That one they just went flying. It's just a straight up Mall Ninja dagger.
Oh my god, yeah,
I lost
it
my
is.
sword, I didn't realize. He's got a mace too. This is like the least Japan weapon aside from the scythe. I got turned around somehow, like I mentioned. This crab has terrible turn rates, and like I'm fighting the camera too. The camera's your enemy in this game. Please, let's just move away from it. I don't know what's even happening, dude. All right. my lobster's gonna do a Kamehameha or something. I'm not sure what he's doing. Let me grab this scythe, perhaps. Oh, whoops! I hit the wrong button. I was trying to grab the scythe. We're on 4. Oops. Well, oh no, I got my swords back because I did a reset. Whatever, it works. I was gonna grab one of their stuff, yeah. That's not a Kusarigama. This is a Kusarigama. That one right there. The chain. He took out my swords. What? All right, somebody stole my sword. Nice. That was the fastest I've seen anyone do that. Good job, NPC. I'm just gonna hit him with a lantern then. He took out my swords like nothing. Damn, that was horrible. We're boxing then. I'm gonna try to get a pinch, but pinches are hard to do. And the camera wants me to fight that guy, so this is getting real weird. Hit him with the torch. Torture him. Go. I'm gonna get on top. My lobster's dogpiling on top me. I don't know why. Yeah, shoot him with your Kamehameha. They teach you to do that at the academy. There we go. Booyah. I got his bonk stick. Whatever you call these. I don't know. Bam. Slap him. The Tonfa. Go down. Snow crab cheats, by the way. He's got a helicopter blade. He can just straight up like spin that thing around and prop himself up a ton. Although he cheats less on normal mode, which I'm kind of glad they added, but also kind of hate they added that. Used to not be difficulties, and they added them in the main, like, out of early access for this game. I'm just kind of bummed. It's just like easy.
Spider crab, look out!
All right, this is the worst boss. He can live for like forever. He's too big for this arena, so he won't flip very easily once it's time to, you know, be at a hyper mode. And he hits you the hardest. Like, he just buffed the heck out of his weapons. They hit incredibly hard, which I'm gonna do the same thing. I know his technique. I know his moves. Mine are purple. They're better than his. Yeah, he is way too large in this arena, so he's a hard time flipping over, which they never fixed. I was like, reported this bug. Like, this dude doesn't stay in his back ever. But is he gonna do it for once? Is he gonna die? Oh, he cheats a lot too. Come on, go down early. Early kill. Early kill? Yo, we did it. All right. This guy has gone up to 2,000% before, which is the final boss only goes to like 500 usually before he like auto gets killed. Here we go. Scott Trek. The good stuff. Let's do it. I can throw avocados and leeks at these guys.
For anyone who's trying to figure out what's going on, I'm pretty sure that he is trying to flip all these crabs.
I'm pretty sure I'm fighting crabs like the game says. That's all you gotta do. You fight the crabs. And you win. The Dungeness crab died and I wasn't even looking at it. I'm gonna fight the camera to kill this one with a literal chainsaw. I'm gonna activate hyper mode and just do basic hyper here where I knock him over like this, right? No, that was weak. All right. Booster time then. The chainsaw guy is annoying. The chainsaw is like what? A chainsaw. It weighs like as much as like 5 crabs or something, so it's hard to flip this thing. No, you're staying down. You're staying down. How did you even cheat? You're getting yeeted out of here. You cheater. Get out of Hell in a Cell. You get thrown out of here. Booyah. See ya. Hell in a Cell is now a supermarket for crabs. It makes sense. It's part of the lore. Anyway, we're gonna go fight this Australian strat crab throwing boomerangs everywhere. I'm gonna try to yeet him too. Am I gonna fly off the arena? No, we're good. Get smacked. Sometimes I just feel like I'm mashing like action figures together when I'm playing this game. You can't get like a good maneuver.
That's what it looks like from an outside perspective.
Yeah. I'm trying to get the sword to go under them to flip them most of the time, but sometimes it doesn't work out because of physics reasons, and they can also just move anywhere they want. There we go. I have learned how to like maneuver things. Although that sword gets stuck under him and I'm flipping it back over on accident. Whatever, we're gonna do the full cycle. We just made him do a flip. He did a flip, and the bread is keeping him alive. He should die, and he said, I'm gonna let it go. This is Bread a trade. This Bread's playing for the enemy team. Bread, what are you doing? Bread, how can you betray me? How is he not down yet? Ref, what are you doing? Count it. There we go.
The ref is asleep.
How much on his back does he need to be? Come on. You have to touch the ground or it doesn't count, or I guess the floor, whatever counts as floor. The king crab is shotgun, so he also has hypers, so I gotta like really watch this guy. The guns in this game are like impossible for a human player to use. That's why I put them in my partners usually. Like my partner has a pistol this whole game, if you didn't notice. He's been shooting that thing. It's hard to aim for a human, but NPCs can go ham with those things. They do work. They are super good, but like trying to aim is, no, it ain't happening. I need to flip him before he gets another hyper, and I am stuck on him under me. That's not good. Because I can't turn. My partner made him go into ult tier again. I'm finding my camera. This is not good. Okay, we're gonna have to wait for his hyper to wear off.
Fighting the crabs.
We're fighting everything. I need to get like I need to be like an actual like folding chair item in this game. He just hypered too. We should be seeing no. Yeah, he's gone. Bye. See ya. Hopefully I have enough hyper left over for the next two guys because they're irritating too. Oh, I'm not gonna reach him in time. Yeah, Darth Maul crab, by the way. He's not even the hard one. The other one has like the force. I don't know why. He's just like incredibly good. Yeah, did you expect lightsaber crabs in the supermarket? Because that's just happening now. Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, Darth Maul sucks. He could try to helicopter his way back in, but yeah. Dude, what are you doing, Lobster? Okay, hit him with a Kamehameha. Yeah, can you do that with your force, Luke? I don't think so. I don't think so, buddy.
The lobster is celebrating. And the
just flail. He's gone. He just yeeted himself. I didn't even do that. That was him. That was all him, dude. Bye. That guy normally gives me trouble. That was good. That was good luck, actually. That guy cheats. He like will survive hits he shouldn't survive a lot of the time. Also, mirror match time. This is a boss. He has garbage weapons, which they're garbage because they're good against me. I hate fighting them. Like this drill has its own special ult, and I hate it. The chain just destroys my weapon durability, so I got an ult to like keep my weapon durability up. I'm gonna try to eat him out, but he also has my boosters, so he just lives. Or is he dying? I'm coming with you. He's dying. Booyah! The sacrifice pay. It works.
You win.
You win. Okay, here we go. Final four we're doing. My partner's not allowed here for reasons. Now we have like 3 different songs that we're gonna do.
The lobster mobster can't come along.
Yeah, they can't. There's like some crabby battles are only fought alone or whatever is the lore of the game. That it says here. He got under me somehow. We're choking him. We're doing illegal moves here. The ref is not looking. There we go.
The ref is asleep again, but in your favor.
Yeah. He's like, I didn't see nothing. You can do what you want with these basic crabs. I think actually if you're playing from a new file, like this is like the first thing you fight before the city arena. I don't know why they did it like this, but it was just like, here's 3 easy crabs and no weapons. Go. By the way, he's stuck on me. When enemies die, they just sink into the ground, and they still have collisions, so they can just like grab you on their way down. Zombie crabs trying to keep you there. There we go. Okay, if I'm doing this fast, we won't hear the Coco knees until like the next arena starts, pretty much. Okay, we got like a whole bridge section here of the song. It's something I do in like every speed game. Just okay, this song we gotta do it before that part, or we're going slow, and you gotta feel bad. There we go. 2. No Coco knees. There's 6 crabs, so this area has the most crabs in any arena. Wave 2, yeah, 3 waves of 2 crabs. They're not too hard individually, but they're also the hardest to beat on hard mode. There's a crab behind me. I forgot about that guy. Well, whatever. He's gonna feel real bad that I ignored him. Go on top. He's going down at a real awkward boost. Yeah, it kind of sucks. You can't control precisely where your crab's going, which kind of makes it hard to do what you want. And yeah, I'm stuck on him too. Like, you can't be as precise as you want to be, but like you can get pretty close. Also, with them moving is like however they want to, kind of makes it a little bit difficult, which makes the runs like, I don't know, interesting every time. It's never the same run twice, pretty much. Although certain enemies it can be. I don't know why it let me boost it there. That was weird. Yeah, this guy's got a big ol' orb. We're doing slow. We're gonna Coco knees back here in like 2 seconds. I can't turn. They know how to fight me. They just like go under me and like get behind me. They fought me before. You know, every time I practice the speedrun, they practice too. That's not good. Like, why? Stop. I've been double teamed. I'm gonna have to wait hyper. I don't care. I'm gonna Kamehameha you. You deserve it. I don't care. Just kills the bitrate, I imagine, but I don't care. It's a good move. Wait, I need to learn to do the spin again. I don't remember the spin move. Yeah, the chorus came back, so that's not good. Whoops. Stay down. There we go. Next, we have a new song now. Also, the worst crab, Sponge Crab, who rides a seal, by the way. He doesn't know how to steer it, which is why he's the worst crab. He has Poseidon's trident, I think. Somebody owns that trident.
So
it's not this guy's. He just flops around, and the seal is like infinite durability. It lasts forever. It's hard to knock him off it. He's bad at steering it. It used to be harder too. The seal used to be huger, so it was like hard to reach this guy. You know, like reach all the way up there and hit him off his high horse, and like, dude won't let you. My swords are stuck under the seal, and I'm like, he's got me pinned here. The seal is helping him quite good here. Okay, do you go down for once, kinda? I aim to go down twice, but hang on. I'm gonna try to. Oh, that's the wrong button. No, resume game. How do I do the spin again? How do I do the spin? I don't remember the spin. I don't remember the spin. We're just do a Kamehameha, whatever. I'll have to check on the item screen or whatever. It doesn't matter. The spin's like useless. It's not like there's a lot of moves that are just not good for speedrunning, but like they're just, you know, they're good moves because they're so silly.
The seal is still just
like a spin
flopping
tornado.
around.
He hasn't got back. He normally gets back in that seal like immediately, and it's a big problem because like once he's on that thing, it's hard to get him off it. Yeah, and he took
there
both
we
my
go.
swords too. Yeah, that's problems are happening. Oh, he fell off. He's clumsy. We got him high. That never happens. All right, I'm gonna grab this bat, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna hit him with this bat. How dare you? That's how we do it in New York. Get hecked. We did it. You win. Now we have the final boss, who is a giant crab, who is BS. Yeah, oh yeah, we got our weapons reset. Forgot about that. Yeah, this crab has psychic moves. I don't know why he needed that. He's already gigantic, but he has psychic. Look at that. Psychic energy.
Oh my god.
Bomb. And we're fighting in like the Krabby Pulsar, I guess is what this arena is called. I'm gonna try to dodge, but I did that horribly. Whatever, it's a percentage for the hyper. My cat has not helped this entire run. He's just been chilling. He has a gut sword too. I don't know. This is just the most ridiculous thing. He's got everything, and he's somehow not as hard as the spider crab from earlier. He's actually like more balanced, but I'm gonna try to take some of the hits and dodge the rest, but this thing can kill me if I'm not careful. I'm gonna build up percentage.
Spirit bomb.
I mistime that every time. I get in there before his count goes out. Because yeah, the strat is you get him his counter started, because he has like a couple auto get-ups, and then you like make him land on his back. So he's like 0 midair, and he just lands on 0 and he dies immediately. Never happens. But like, it's so great when it does happen. You save a ton of time. Oh, I hacked up. Whatever, I didn't hack up as bad as he did. Oh, okay, maybe I did. That was the long one. Come here. Oh, I started doing the spin. How did I do that? Oh, here we go. I got the spin. I figured out how to do the spin again. We're doing the spin. Spin, tornado, go.
Man.
Spin, tornado, go. Spin, tornado, go. Get him. Oh, it didn't do much. That's why I don't use the tornado. It sucks, but like you could do a green tornado of energy. It's great. He normally dies at like 500, but I'm clowning around too much here. I'm gonna dodge this for real this time. You just do a boost to the side, but yeah, I hacked it up again. Whatever. This should be his final. He goes down. He's gone down a ton already. Time is now, by the way. I forgot to say when it was when he was dead, but hooray, he's dead. Final crab
GG.
down. GG. The crabs have been fought.
It looked like a 2503 or so.
That's pretty alright.
So,
PB's a 20, but PB's impossible to beat.
2506, yeah.
It was like incredibly good luck and skill at the same time. I don't know how we captured lightning in a bottle on that one. Yeah, that was Fight Crab. There's even more arenas too. Like, there's a couple extras, but we don't do those in the run. But also, yeah, online co-op for like playing together, and you can also fight people too. Which I don't know. It's just a fun game. You gotta try it. There's a lot of strats I probably am not doing. Like, there's all these weapons. Every weapon you saw, you can buy. Every crab you saw, you can buy. Like, there's a lot of stuff you can do that I probably haven't thought of yet. So give it a shot. It's a fun little speed game. There's mantis shrimp, by the way. There's a fiddler crab. I don't know what this is. There's a deer for some reason. I don't know why that exists.
I love this so
they
much.
just be like that. But yeah, glad you enjoyed it. It's always a fun game to run.
Oh yeah, thank you so much for submitting it. I know it took me like months to get to you because you submitted it pretty early into the show's lifespan. But like, I'm so glad that I was able to be like, I get to showcase this. This is gonna be awesome. So, absolutely, GG. And where can chat find you? And what do you do when you're not fighting crabs?
Oh, I'm pretty much playing a lot of weird games, like just generally like challenging games a lot of the time on my channel. Yeah, half speedrun, half like casual, I guess. I don't know, depends. Depends what I'm feeling like recently.
Awesome. So
Just
definitely follow Teddy over here.
I'm the guy posting crab emojis.
This
right
is
now. Whoops.
yes.
There we go.
There's been almost nothing but crab emojis. It's been so good. And like all
That's the
a
best
whole lot
emoji
of
for
anyone
this.
need butter? We need some Old Bay over here. But thank you again for the run and for being on the show. We are not done. We still have 2 more runs. Coming up next is going to be Duke Firebird with Math Blaster Episode 1 in Search of Spot. So that's, if you didn't know how to count yet, you're going to learn how to count now. So, and as a reminder to everyone, SGDQ 2021 online, the submissions are open. They're open from now until April 11th, and the show dates are July 4th through the 11th. Teddy, please submit this again. I know it hasn't been getting in, but keep going. The world needs to see this.
I already did. We gotta hopefully it gets in.
Oh, beautiful. Way ahead of me then. It'd be a perfect silly block game, and that's why it's even here on NBS. So if y'all want to catch more of Teddy, check him out on his channel. I'll post the link again in chat. And yeah, we'll be right back after this break with more NBS as Duke Firebird teaches us how to do addition with Math Blaster. So we'll be right back.
Let's go.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to episode 10 of Never Before Seen. My name is AmberCyprian. We are doing the silliest awful block games here on our April Fool's, very late April Fool's edition of the show. I didn't quite have a show on April 1st, so I did the next best thing. I am joined by Duke Firebird, who is going to teach everyone how to count and do some addition. He could have tried to teach us division, but like that's too hard, so we're not doing that. We're just doing addition. But how are you, Duke? Why don't you tell everyone what we're looking at?
All right. So hey guys, I'm Duke Firebird. So this is Math Blaster, episode 1. There is a second episode, not on the Super Nintendo though. But this is a educational game, and it's actually kind of fun in a weird way. So we're going through the title screen, and we're going through the intro screen and the title screen and whatnot. And I would like to say I love to appreciate the fact that the vocal work in this is actually pretty good for a 16-bit game. Like you can understand what the characters are saying. But as Amber was saying, there is all 4 modes of basic math in here: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division.
Prepare for
I know a certain Zelda runner in my life who is in the room in the room with me right now. His name is TGH. He could definitely use this addition percent.
I wonder what could be
Oh, oh, the stories I
There
could
he is.
tell with that, with his streams. But
Local Zelda runner cannot count.
no, he can count. He just can't get to 10. All right. So, just fun fact. So we're gonna go to 5 lives because we want maximum lives, because we do sometimes have to take deaths in the game. And just to freak people out, there are 12 difficulty levels. We're gonna play on difficulty 1.
Oh my god.
Difficulty 12 is the division, and I tried that as a run, and no. Not until I get a lot more practice. Also, I see Tej in chat. I love you, Tej. Alright, but with that, we're going to go ahead and start this up. In 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so section 1 of the game is we're in a spaceship, and we're just supposed to trash it. That trash. 8 plus 6. 14. So you're gonna see me target just random trash on the first shot, just on the off chance I get it right, because it actually saves time. Every wrong answer actually depletes my shields or my energy, and when my energy goes down to 0, I die. Oh, see you right there. Perfect aim. 6. So we got enemy ships shooting at us as well. There we go. That little red orb thing that I got, that actually does help replenish energy. Where is it? So each section of this has 10 problems to solve. And we're at 10, so now I just have to wait for all the trash to go away, and that's the first part of section 1. And then we get a nice little bonus game that we're not going to do anything for because it'll increase our score, which increases end of level point incrementer, kind of like how Mario 1 is. And hey, Amber, there's a question in chat that you recognized when you saw this. What's up with blue spheres?
Yeah, I was just like, why is there blue spheres in the special stage, or like in the bottom left, like when I was tech checking Duke for the show? I was just like, why is the blue spheres planet there?
Yeah, I'm going to presume that was just the planet that we were just orbiting around, or where Galactic Command is, and it's just basically the satellite around, because that's what I think that is. That's just like the satellite.
I'm gonna headcanon that the zone that blue spheres takes place in is sharing a universe with Math Blaster.
Gotcha. All right, so right there, my energy just did deplete out all the way, so I did lose a life. That's fine. A lot of extra lives. Where is the 2? Not 12, 2. Like the only downside when you don't see it initially. So you don't want to just continually shoot trash, you just want to shoot one until you see what the answer is.
I can't believe that there are strats in this battle.
I know, right? Oh, and that's the second section. And the bonus doesn't start until everything goes off screen, so this little thing right here just moseying along. So something else that is in this part of the game I'm not using at all, there is actually a shield that I can use as well by pressing my B button instead of the A button. The A button shoots. B button activates a shield, but you basically would want to only do that to block incoming fire, but when you're in the middle of a transition from you solve the problem, you're actually invincible for a little bit of time. Alright, so
Age complete.
Age complete. Section 3. Ah, missed it. Yep. So you'll notice the trash is getting a lot faster. There it is. There we go. 5. This pizza. What's up with all this food in space? That's all I want to know too. We got chicken, we got half-eaten donuts, we got chicken.
The blue spheres high command can't count, or due to story events have math-specific amnesia. I don't know, like, you're just collecting blue spheres, and I think
Sometimes you want all the rings. But...
yeah. The blue sphere count goes down, the ring count goes up. So Sonic can do addition. Sonic can count.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, I think Sonic does subtraction. Actually, doesn't it? Doesn't it like give you the maximum number of rings, and you want to get that down to 0?
Oh God, I actually don't remember.
It's been a while since I've done Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles.
I played them recently, I don't know why I'm blanking on whether or not it counts up or counts down.
Alright, so that is the first section. Second section is a platformer. And we have a number.
Ouch.
There's our alien. And
I want everyone to get ready for ouch.
Alright, so we got 9 and 11. Perfect. Here, so now I have to be between 12 and 16 to get through that door. So I have to wait. Oh, there we go. 13. 16. Gotta wait. I don't want to touch the droplets because they'll give me whatever it says on them. I definitely don't want to touch fire. And then, so we got 12 and 17. 14 will work. Won't work. The only thing that kind of stinks, I have to wait for these.
Oh no!
7 and 13, so I gotta wait again for positives. This is where the RNG comes into play and just hates you. Oh, there's the ouch.
Ouch!
Okay. So the downside of getting hit is if you get hit into it. Oh, and I equal it. Dang it. The downside if you get hit into the an incorrect section, you'll take damage. So through no fault of your own, can you actually just get repeatedly stuck? Like that. I'm a little too high.
I should try playing this at some point.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
The bad game that I really want to play recently is, or replay, that I grew up with was Pac-Man 2.
Oh yeah, Pac-Man 2. Oh, come on!
Have you ever just watched RNG be a jerk?
All the time. There we go. Alright, that was a little more kind at the end right there. So I only needed that one number. And now we're going into section 3. And this is the final section. There's another thing. So now you see Spot. He was captured by this alien. Now we just have to do math. 5 plus 2, 7. A lot of trash in the way. You don't want to get hit by trash. In fact, actually, the next piece of trash I hit will actually kill me. I will avoid that.
We are counting.
Again. Again. There we go. Easy. Get to the bonus stage on this one to have some fun. Alright. We got a bonus stage on this one, and for anybody who plays Sonic 3D Blast.
Yes.
Yes. Gene Gadget boss. Sonic just does a pose, and we're gonna... Just that.
This is real life.
I'm gonna duck that because I don't want to get hit by that. Actually, I wonder.
Ouch.
Will this kill me in the bonus
Ouch.
stage? Actually, I will not be against dying in the bonus stage because this won't really affect anything. Oh, it doesn't. Okay. So we basically have to wait for that moon to go into the to make an eclipse happen, which ends the bonus stage, and now we're in section 2. Now it's confusing us by having us find the potential missing integer. So again, the other, oh, overshot it. And here's why you don't want to die.
I really appreciate that the death animation, I've said this to you in the tech check, the death animation is just you getting knocked out, like, in reverse.
Yep.
Or, like, they just reverse the death animation to have the respawn animation.
It's simple and effective. Programming standpoint, it works.
Yeah, Duke is playing on the SNES version, not the PC version for this.
Playing the Super Nintendo.
The sequel for it, Math Blaster 2, was PC only.
I'm gonna get that. Submit that for the next April Fool's edition of NDS, right?
Yes.
There we go. There's a plan. We got a plan. You got a plan for next year's show already.
Or if I get a bunch of people to submit edutainment games.
There you go. Who says education games can't be fun? I mean, what education games are shooters and platformers?
Not a whole lot of them.
Ouch.
I too am learning so much, Richard. Also, shout outs to Richard doing tech.
Yes.
And I believe he does Game Masters this weekend, or not this weekend, on Friday as well. Maybe I'm mistaken there. But I know that Richard hosts Game Masters. Fall Guys is on the menu, I think.
All right, and this is the final stage. There is no bonus after this stage, so time is coming up very shortly. After we complete this, we have a little reuniting with Spot, and then it'll be the first completely black frame after the ship explosion. Nice. That one in. Ah, didn't sneak that one in though. Agreed.
There's also, yeah, there's Rayman Brain Games, and that is certainly a video game as well. I need to hit up Glackham.
Oh, I've never heard of that one. Nice. Ow, come on. Oh, there was a chicken leg behind it too. So again, I want to know where all this trash and food is coming from.
I blame Spot.
Blame Spot. Okay. I think I'll blame the yellow alien because he kidnapped Spot. Because Spot was only trying to help fix the ship. All right, and alien goes away. We're reunited with Spot.
That was an awkward high five.
Kind of an awkward high five, yes. And he parachutes down. And the ship is exploding. And time is coming up. And time.
1306.
Not too bad. Little ahead of little higher than the PB, but RNG.
RNG is RNG, but that was amusing. I enjoyed being able to call out EGH, and I will openly call out myself. Like, if you ask me to do fast math, I can't.
Yeah,
I can't.
Yeah,
I just can't.
Fast math is actually a very tough skill. I am
like,
luckily
I
a
can do
numbers
math
person.
just fine.
So.
Like, I used to be a numbers person, and then I started using calculators. Like, I'm a fast money counter, I'm a fast calculator user, but mental math, nope, can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
But seriously, GG on the run, Duke.
Thank you.
I just want to let everyone know that if you are watching this on YouTube and you'd like to support our live content, please consider checking us out over on our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/GDQ. And always, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you'll have Prime Gaming, and you can subscribe to any any Twitch channel of your choice every month for free. And if my subliminal typo of the brain didn't say anything, please consider using your Prime Gaming account to subscribe to the GDQ Twitch channel. Very much appreciated, because all of your support helps us continue this weekly hotfix content. That said, we are down to our last run of the night. Coming up next is a name that might be a blast from the past. We've got Neopets, The Darkest Faerie by Jaxler coming up next. That is not the kind of game you'd expect it to be, given by Spot, given the Neopets franchise, but not open world adventure, but adventure RPG. We've got those too. But that said, we're gonna take a quick break while we get the next run set up, and Jaxler will be bringing in Neopets in just a moment, so stay tuned.
I can't seem to find.
Hi everyone, welcome back to episode 10 of Never Before Seen. This is our last run of the night. My name is AmberCyprian, I am your host, And I am joined by Jaxler1 as we journey into a Neopets console game. There are a couple of those. This one was on the PS2, if I'm not mistaken, but like just a general reminder to those of you who have never seen never before seen before. We show speedruns of games that have never before been seen in mainline GDQ events. Hotfix is exempt, so if I do know that this was shown earlier in the year in January on the Community Spotlight hosted by Railcoon. Great show, by the way. Please watch it on Mondays. Railcoon's awesome, but the route has changed since, and Hotfix does not count as a mainline GDQ event. So that's why Jaxler's back to show you the new route in our silliest awful block. This is not necessarily an awful game. It is a bit silly, and it has some really awful collision.
Yeah, I suppose you can put it that way. Calling it collision is somewhat generous. So I know a lot of people are probably confused by the name of the game, so I'll just briefly explain what this is you're looking at. Well, I mean you're looking at an FMV, but like in general, so this is Neopets: The Darkest Faerie. This is a PS2 exclusive game that was released sometime in the early aughts. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's late. But this is like a 3D kind of open world action adventure game. I call it's like Neopets like had a baby with Zelda. That's the best way I can describe it. And the good news is it's also like Zelda levels of broken. I don't think this game isn't like Amber said. This game isn't like actually bad. It's just the run makes it look bad. I will just put it that way. And like Amber said, I'm going to be showing you folks a new route today. So if you saw the run that I did for the bonus stream, this is going to look different pretty much right off the bat. But yeah, this is buckle up, everybody. This game is wow. Oh, I should also mention I'm Jaxler. That's my name. I probably should have started. It happens. Okay, so yeah, so time starts on new game. Amber, are you ready for this disaster?
Oh, I am very ready. I remember your old submission video. I have not seen the new route in full yet.
Oh, you're in for a treat. This is gonna be interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna start counting from 3, and we'll start time on go. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so the game is gonna look like it's freezing for a second. It's trying really hard to load an FMV from the disc right now. Don't worry about it. It's a PS2. It happens. I'm gonna skip the FMVs though. Unfortunately, well, I mean, fortunately we can skip the cutscenes, but unfortunately you don't get to see them. So right away, like any good Zelda speedrun, we're gonna immediately do what's called Forest Escape. So this is like, yeah, so we just grab that ledge and we are already out of bounds. In the old route, we used to do a couple more things in this tutorial area to get some money, but don't worry about that if you haven't seen that. So we're out of bounds already, and we're less than like 30 seconds in. And so what's happening right now, the reason I'm not falling into Infinite Void, is that as a failsafe in this game, if you are, if there's no collision, like there's no terrain or anything predefined, there is a infinite floor at y=0 on the map. And if there's something above you that the game thinks you should be on top of, like to be in bounds, the game will project you up instantly onto that plane. So I'm gonna abuse that property right here. So you're already seeing me run towards it a bit. I'll try to point the camera towards it. There's this green platform up here that you're gonna see me pop up to magically. And this is where, again, things start to get a little bit different. I'm going to angle myself this way, and then jump up to this platform right here. Now that platform will load in a area right over there. You can start to see the woods over there. We're going to a different area than we normally used to in this speedrun. Normally at this point, that whole sequence of out of bounds I did at the very start skips the whole tutorial bit and saves several minutes. But normally one of the problems is you skip getting a sword, and you also just need money in general, which is kind of a problem. We used to go back in bounds at this point, but I'm actually going to stay out of bounds to get to an area I'm not supposed to be at yet. So I'm looking for a sort of dark green bit of collision right here. You're going to see me upwarp to it again, just like before. I'm going to run over to here and then jump off the side. So what I'm doing is I'm manipulating loading triggers. You'll see me pop up there again, and we should be good. Okay. So I'll get into a bit more of loading triggers when we get to some. There's more out of bounds later in the run that'll be easier to explain on. But basically, what I'm doing is loading trigger manipulation to hit certain triggers out of bounds, where the game thinks like I'm in a hallway or something, and that forces certain areas to load. And normally, you're not supposed to be in this forest or the Shadowglen Woods until much later on into Act 1. But we're here now. We're going to pick up this flower. You'll never see the flower again, but it is crucial for setting up a glitch once we get to Meridel. Meridel is, just think Castletown from Zelda. I wouldn't worry about it all too much. But now we're back in bounds, and we're kind of just chilling out for a little bit. So that, like, first bit has a lot going on. A lot of out of bounds. But basically what that amounted to is we skipped the tutorial area, so we did like a Zelda Forest escape pretty much. And then we actually accessed a different area to get a side quest item, and I'll explain why we get the side quest item once I start talking about the glitch. So we're going to talk to our conscience, and now to get to Meridel, we're normally supposed to do this bridge parkour sequence, but I'm going to go for a skip that will abuses respawn points to hopefully skip that. This one's a little bit tricky. So this is normally a secret area that gets you a permanent upgrade, but what I'm going to try to do is line myself up. That shouldn't work. Okay, so I'm going to have to try this again. What I'm trying to do is you can kind of see how, like, there's like a bit of a mini waterfall right there. I'm trying to send Tor, who, Tor is the name of the character, that's not a huge deal. I'm trying to send Tor over that waterfall and hit the lake on the other side. That should work. Okay, and what that will do is those two different bits of water actually have different respawn points, and this one happens to put you right next to the exit of the bridge. So that saves that whole sequence of platforming. I'm gonna do a little bit of menuing while I make my way into Meridel. You're gonna see me pick up a moat coming up here in a second. I'm gonna need one of pretty much each of these for a puzzle later in the game, and you're gonna see me jump into the text box trigger in order to skip some dialogue. Now, important. So as I go into this to this unskippable cutscene here, I open up the consumables menu and I hold down square. And I'm not exactly sure why this works. Some of the other runners probably know better than I do, probably Monster. But essentially, for whatever reason, when you hold down square with that menu open going into an unskippable cutscene, it will instantly skip through all of the dialogue. And it's like it's essentially like having turbo on. And so you're gonna see here in just a second how fast it goes. It pretty much skips the dialogue box like every frame or every other frame. So what happened in that cutscene? So we like to joke that this game kind of riffed off of Twilight Princess's plot before the game was even released. There's like this quest you do at the start where you have to deliver a package from your hometown to the castle town, like as like a gift or something. I don't know what the deal is, but it's pretty much the same thing as Twilight Princess. And so the game just assumes that we have done all of that by the time we get to Meridel. So that's why you saw like a parcel appear and just kind of jump into the air. I'll be getting the parcel in a second, but the reason I'm following this guy to get the parcel is all of the shops remain closed until I do this, and and we're gonna be doing some really important stuff in the shops in just a second here. So you may when I was in Shadowglen, you saw me get that flower, and in this potion shop, I can give this flower to this lad right here, and he will give me 500 Neo points, which is nice. But that sets up for a really important glitch here, and I'll try to do my best to explain why this, what's about to happen, because it's gonna look really dumb, but there's a lot more going on behind the scenes. So I generally just call this the GTA 5 money glitch because it lets you get infinite money, or the Neo points as they're called. And so in this game, when the game is trying to load a text box, all of like the game's data for text is stored on the disk, so it has like a space in the active memory of game to store the last text box that you talked to. The problem is that if another text box comes up, there's some junk data at the end of the text box that is left over in the game's memory. And it turns out that if you skip through the text fast enough, you can actually cause the text box that you see me doing here when I talk to Guardsman Ulfric, it will actually scroll past the end of that text box and activate or read the characters in that dirty area of memory. And so what's actually happening is I stored the text box and from that side quest. And I know this is really convoluted, but I stored that text box in the memory, and if I hold X fast enough, it will go to a... So text boxes don't just have... I'm screwing this up really bad because I'm trying to explain this. So text boxes don't just have text. They can also contain instructions, like in code. So for example, the text box I have stored for this glitch has an instruction to give you 500 Neopoints. And so because it's still kind of loaded into the memory, that's why the game keeps giving me 500 Neopoints here when I skip the text box in the way that I am. Let me double check. Okay, I need to do this a couple more times. Hold on. Sorry. I'm a little nervous, so I'm screwing this up a bit.
You're totally fine. You have, you mentioned that you gave us a generous estimate, for that matter, even in spite of the new route.
So 2 more times of this, and we should be good. There we go. So we've got 13,000 Neopoints right now. So I'm gonna pop that potion that you saw me buy right after I did the side quest, and that lets us go very, very fast. So we grabbed one of those along the way because the dialogue for picking up the potion doesn't actually overwrite the glitched text box. Well, it's not really glitched text box, but the leftover memory doesn't get reset. So I go ahead and buy the potion just to make this movement faster. We buy a sword and a shield. Normally there's a quest that you have to... Yeah, she makes a great sound. Ah! But I don't know why. I don't know what her deal is. Maybe she just... I don't know. She just had a bad day. So the reason we get all this money, we need a sword because we need a sword to beat up enemies to beat the game. We need a shield in order to beat the final boss. And normally there's like an arena fight that you have to do to get it not like the intended way, but like the more standard way. And we want some consumables, so I'm gonna pick up 1, 2, 3 more of these, and we're gonna buy all of these speed potions. So now, if you remember the run that I did on the bonus stream, you'll remember I only had like about 7 of these potions. I have 20 now. So the nice thing about this new glitch is that we have all of this money now to basically turbo our way through the game with these speed potions. So now that we're pretty stocked up and good to go, we're gonna go into a pretty major sequence break. The crux of the trick I'm gonna perform to get out of bounds here is I'm gonna go for the yellow strat. If I miss it, I'll just do the pause buffering method that Monster found. But I'm gonna try to get a sword swing on a specific frame, and it will appear as if Tor is walking inside of the river if I hit this properly. So I'm gonna jump here to reset gravity. Oh, I hit it. Let's go.
Nice.
No pause
First
buffers
try.
for me.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's really hard. So there's a really complicated explanation for why that works, but all you need to know is if you press the attack button on the right frame there, you are in the water, but past the part of the water that normally triggers you to die. Okay, so this sequence of out-of-bounds movement is very complicated, so I apologize in advance. But what I'm doing here is I'm running... Now that we're out of bounds, we're trying to get to an area called the Abandoned Mines to pick up a very broken item that will help us later. And so what I'm doing is I'm doing more of that load trigger manipulation, where I'm going to specific areas out of bounds to trick the game into thinking I'm about to run into a new area. And that allows me to load in parts of the level kind of in unintended ways. So you're going to see the camera flip here. Now I'm going to hold forward, and you'll see me teleport onto this. So what this is doing is this is starting to load Cogum, sort of like the Cogum Valley, Cogum Steps area. And if I do that from out of bounds, I can actually load in the mines from down below. Now, casually, if you've played this game, first of all, congratulations if you have. This game's rad. You normally don't... So there's 4 acts to this game, and you don't normally come to this area until the 3rd act, which for casual players can be several hours in. But we're actually not here for like the casual reason why. Like I said, we're here to get a very broken upgrade, if you will. which I don't want to spoil what it is yet because it's extremely funny. So I won't spoil it here, but I'll talk briefly a bit about some of the movement. So generally speaking, it can be a bit slower to jump. So when you jump, you generally have a standard velocity. And this game also has the mechanic similar to like Ocarina of Time, where if you get close enough to a ledge, it will auto jump you. And so that can be kind of annoying when you're trying to maintain as much speed with these potions as possible. So what I'm doing is holding down L2, which is this combat strafe thing. It's kind of like a degraded version of Zelda Z targeting. That's the best way I can describe it. There's not a super good analog to it, but basically when I'm holding down L2, I can disable auto jumping, which allows me to maintain my grounded movement speed. All right, so so when you see this fight, keep in mind that this is an Act 3 boss. I popped a potion of power, but that won't help too much. I'm on the second weakest sword in the game, and watch. Oh, he blocked. Okay. Hold on. And he's down. So that I make use of a technique there called shield canceling, where if you hold down the shield button, the end of your 3-hit combo will actually cancel early and allows you to start up a new attack again, which lets you stun lock a lot of enemies if you know what you're doing. Okay, so you try to be a little careful here. And so normally in this part of the game, you're supposed to do this quest where you save all the Kogan villagers. They get captured, but this part of the level still works as intended. Turns out all you need to do is just save the mayor, and it counts as having saved the whole village. I don't know why. It's not very hard to get to the boss this way. It's just that's a thing you can do. Doing that bit and saving the mayor is part of the main quest of the game in Act 3, which is normally used to get you a progression item that you need to access another part of the game. But before we get that, though, you're going to see me get a couple of more bits of equipment, these motes. So you see me grab a couple of motes already. They apply elemental properties to your gear, so if I have like an earth mote on my sword, it'll deal earth damage. Or if I put it on my shield, it'll resist earth damage, right? Those Nova motes are super effective against every type of Neopet. And so those are going to be extremely useful later on, and it saves a lot of time to go grab them now. Okay, so jumping up ladders is fast, and then I'm going to go ahead and open the menu in advance to set up that text speed through glitch. This is our boy Tad. He's an absolute lad. And he's going to lead us back to the village, and we're going to get our reward for glitching out of bounds and saving a single person, which saved the rest of the village somehow. Again, I don't know. But yeah, this is the cutscene where we get our magnificent reward for all that hard glitching work I did. Here it is. It's a potato sack. Not just any potato sack. This is a magical potato sack. And if you think I'm lying, stay tuned. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I am not kidding when I say that it's magical. I guess I should probably start explaining that now. Okay, so this cloak that I just picked, it's called the Cloak of Heroes, which is really just like a patchwork potato sack vest. That's the best way I can put it. When you equip it, and then you're not allowed to use your weapon while you have it equipped. So if you attack with the weapon, it decloaks you and loads in a different model for your character, which causes a ton of lag. I can use this to do this really cool strat right here, called a mega jump, and get a ton of height. So basically what's happening there is I lag the game really hard with the cloak, and then I jump, and then I can buffer a select input, which pulls up a menu. And then while I'm gaining momentum from the first jump, the game still thinks I'm grounded, so I can input a second jump and go right over the cutscene trigger where this guy is like, hey, you're not supposed to be here yet. Go become a squire. And I just didn't feel like it, so I just jumped over his head. If you get a good angle, you can actually bonk right on his head, and it saves a couple of frames, which is really funny. Now at this point in the game, we have everything that we need to start really busting things up. So we're going to make our way to Illisen's Glade. Now the trigger for getting to the end of Act 1, which has kind of been our goal this whole time, is to defeat a boss in Illisen's Glade and then get back into Mirrodale Castle. So we're going to do the first part of that by going to Illisen's Glade, but we're normally not allowed to get into Illisen's Glade until we've done a whole lot more.
So we're supposed to like become a squire. We have to do another mini quest in that place we were just in called Cogum. There's a whole lot of kicking and voodoo that you have to do. But because we have the magical potato sack, all of our hopes and dreams will be realized in just a few short moments. But don't mind the loading screen there. So I should mention though that this trick is frame perfect. So let's see if I hit this. Okay, so I'm gonna get a ledge grab here to set this frame perfect trick up. Let's see if I hit it. Nice. Okay, I got it first try. But I will say that I lied to you slightly. Well, I didn't lie to you. I omitted a crucial piece of information. That is frame perfect. However, because the cloak lags the game so hard, that frame lasts about a half to 3/4 of a second. I'll explain how that trick is performed in a little bit, because you'll see another one shortly. But normally there's a bunch of nights you're supposed to save here in order to get to these treetops that I'm at. But if you use the same upwarping technique that I used when I was out of bounds earlier, there's a little bit of the treetop platforms that just barely cut out of bounds, and you can use that to get all the way up here, and this saves several minutes. Okay, so I'm going to start equipping things here in advance because we're making our way to the next boss fight, but you're going to see me do another one of that hovering trick. This one, we're going to do it in a bit of a different angle. I'm going to get a ledge grab here, which will actually do a kind of weird gravity thing that I probably don't have enough time to explain. Now we're floating upwards. I'm going to get a potion of power ready for the fight, and we're off to the boss. Now, I will explain ledge flying in a little bit. It's that glitch that you're seeing me do right now in order to float through the air. It's a bit complicated how it works, so I want to give it its own segment when I have enough time. But I want to bring some attention to this fight, because this fight will either be over in 2 seconds or 45, well, maybe a minute, depending on how... That was bad, okay. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is a multi-hit attack in like a certain timing. And if you get it, it like does like a bunch of damage to him instantly. It's really weird. So like I said, it's either like I could have instantly killed him. So it's a weird random thing with like just this boss, where if you do the multi-hit jab, there we go. Okay, that works. Yeah, he just falls over. Poor Narfus. If you do a multi-hit jab, it just like instantly clocks him sometimes, and it's kind of inconsistent. There's a way to do it more consistently, but I'm bad, so it's all good. So now that we've beaten that fight, we hit the crucial story flag in the game's memory that we need to, so now we can go access sort of the end of Act 1. And there's a bit of a problem to that. Act 1 ends in Marital Castle, and we never opened the casual way to get in there, so by all means, right now, we're kind of soft-locked out of there. But we're going to do some more Zelda-type magic. But first, I need to grab some consumables here. 3 okay, so Strike Eggs are extremely rare to get out of that patch, and I just got 3, so this run is blessed out of its mind right now, which is funny.
That is very blessed.
That is extremely blessed. Okay, so you're going to see me do another ledge flight here. The way it works is you decloak, hold back on the control stick, and press jump. And it's a weird interaction where the game is trying to ledge grab you, and the game gives you a little push in momentum from decloaking. And when you jump, you have a lower gravity than you do when you're standing still on the ground. So you have like this lower state of gravity while you're still getting pushed forward by the jump, and it's never canceled by the ledge grab. So you just start floating in the ledge grab animation. And when you're in the ledge grab animation, most walls and generally bits of collision don't apply to you, which is how I'm able to fly through geometry. You're going to see me come to this area out of bounds, and like I said, there's a problem where we can't normally access Marital Castle, or we're going to do a wrong warp in order to get to where we need to go. So I'm going to load a bit of geometry here, and then I have to walk a very tight line between 2 loading planes. So there is a trigger that was left out of the bounds in this map here that was normally part of an Act 3 sequence to access the castle, but was actually cut from the final game. The data for the trigger is still there and is accessible and active, but it's normally never meant to be reached. So what I'm going to do here is after navigating to here, I touch that plane to load in the trigger, and then I have to rush over to where the trigger spawns in. I have to pop another potion here. My movement's a little weird here because I actually my potion route's a little bit off because I got first try water walk. But you're gonna see a loading screen here. I'm currently blind, so I'm going to decloak so I have vision again. And we are inside Mirrolo Castle, so we have warped straight back into Meridel, and we're good to go. That was pretty good. Not done yet, though. We got some more shenanigans before we're done with Act 1. I'm going to go to Tor's bunk bed, which gets its own little spot in the corner because this game is biased towards Tor. I'm going to do a ledge fly off of it to go out of bounds. Whee! And for whatever reason, the y=0 plane in this map is way above the first floor, so I can fall right into the loading trigger for this escape sequence. Now, like Ocarina of Time, we've got a collapse skip. There's normally some runaround you have to do, but if I can get a really tight ledge fly off of this ottoman right here, I can actually fly straight into the loading trigger for the end of Act 1. But this is really precise. There's enemies shooting at you here, and there's bits of geometry here that can actually cancel your ledge. Okay, I'll just get it first try. Never mind. I'll shut up. That ledge fly right there kills runs because that desk to the left will actually cancel your ledge fly. And if your angle is too low, when you execute the ledge fly, you'll touch the ground before you clip through the wall. And that can be a big reset point when you're grinding this game. But now we've made it to Act 2. Act 1 is really, it can go so wrong in so many ways. But I will take beefing the GTA 5 money glitch super hard for how good all of the other glitches went. Because if you screw some of those up, you die, you game over, you get stuck in a soft lock out of bounds. Obviously I have like backup saves and stuff, but you know, it can be very, very tricky. But we're in Act 2 right now, so this is where we get to the other, introduced to the other character, Roberta. She is a wand user as opposed to Tor. So we're in Fairyland right now. We don't have access to Tor's inventory, which means we don't have access to the cloak right now. Thank you for the bottle of whatever that is. Whatever bottle of repeating texture that is. And so we left our wand at home, so we have to go grab some supplies to make a new one. And you're gonna continue to see me do the strat where I open up that consumables menu as I hold square in order to get the instant text. So you'll see me, yeah, the text goes by really fast there. And you'll get to see like how there's a lot of dialogue in this chapter of the game, and you'll get to see it coming up here, like how you'll physically hear how fast we skip through the text. Coming up here in a second. I'll be quiet so you can hear it. Wait for me. It's so good. It never gets old. But yeah, this is a relatively straightforward bit. There's not going to be too many. There are some very small out of bounds strats that you can go for, but they're way too risky to be going for in a setting like this. So I'm just gonna not. But lore-wise, this character is the niece of the King of Brightvale. That will matter to only about 2 people watching the stream right now. But what that means in the context of the run is she actually starts with some money. So I can use that to buy 2 potions of Mirka Speed. So the money doesn't carry over between characters, but their inventories will merge once we get to Act 3 and both characters meet back up. You're gonna see me grab this light moat here. Again, I'm jumping into the moats to skip the first time moat collection dialogue that you get there. I don't really need a lot of these elemental moats I'm picking up, but there's a puzzle at the very end of the run where I need to have one of each to solve the puzzle. And if you don't have it, it will give you an extra one, but it loses about 4 seconds per. So I'm gonna talk to Librarian. He's yelling at me for something. But now we're talking to Seradar here. He's gonna remind us how to be a sorceress. So there's a lot of the text skips here again, and this can be a little bit tricky because I need to charge that. I'm trying to remember how to do it. But this shooting spellbook can be really, really, really obnoxious sometimes. But we're gonna burn it. Come on. We're gonna burn it. There we go. And then I'll set up the instant text here as we go into the FMV. Okay, so this next bit is mostly movement. So you kind of saw me talk, or you kind of heard me talk about this a little bit, but it really becomes important in Act 2, where there's a lot of geometry here that will cause Roberta to auto-hop. So I'm holding down the L2 button again to do that combat strafe thing. And the way the combat strafe is weird, right? Because normally if you, so turning with it is weird because if you're holding outside of a specific range of forward angles, you'll start sidestepping, which is slow, and you'll if you try to turn the camera to steer Roberta, she'll start pivoting in place. So what I actually do is hold. It's similar to what's called ESS position in the N64 Zeldas, where I hold just out, like I hold straight forward, but just outside of the left or right part of the dead zone, in order to be able to turn the camera and keep Roberta moving forward. So I'm basically, when you see me L2 strafing, I'm basically moving Roberta entirely with the camera. And that can take a bit of practice, especially because, generally speaking, you tend to veer towards the up left or up right. So a lot of times, like, there'll be, like, subtle little angle switches that I have to do. So, like, right here is an example where I kind of switch from up right to up left in order to tame my movement. That one wasn't a great example because I suck. But that's kind of the general concept behind some of the movement tech that, like the non-glitched movement tech that you'll see me do here. But this next part is pretty straightforward. I'm going to be running to a clock tower. I don't know why this game has a clock tower, but it's there, and we're going to do a little bit of puzzle solving. I'm not going to pop my potion just yet, but yeah, we're going to chill here for a second. Oh, you're going to see actually something really funny come up here. I just need to make sure I avoid the enemies, because getting hit by the enemy doesn't like, it loses like a quarter of a second or so, but it gives you the status effect that gives you a ton of lag, and it can cause some weird visual artifacts that can be kind of oh, that was swag. I did not mean to do that. Okay, so right here, I have to push these for the puzzle, and you're gonna see like Roberta like aggressively grunting here. That's the best way I can put it. What I'm doing is I'm alternating between up and up left or up right, and that cancels her push animation part of the way and gives her a little bit of extra speed. It also makes this excellent sound, as I'm sure y'all can tell. You can see it a bit more. Yeah, but this is relatively straightforward. I'm gonna move 2 more things, and I'm gonna start some movement up the stairs, going into the next cutscene. So I don't have too much to say. So I feel like I haven't given you the chance to like talk at all, Amber. So if you wanna like plug what we're doing here, or got anything you want to shout out, now would be a great time. Or if you have any questions or
I've been
chat or anything.
big chilling this whole time. Like, just honestly, like, you're killing this commentary, Jaxler.
Thank you.
Like, this game has like a lot of complex stuff going on, especially in the early game.
Oh yeah.
So like the fact that you've been able to like mostly comprehensively try to explain it while doing it is incredible.
Yeah, and it's hard too because there's like so much more detail that like I could try to go into. Part of it is a lack of comprehension on my own part, and Monster will make fun of me for that till the end of time. But it's also just like really hard to squeeze that all in. So there's gonna be some more like slower bits to the run. Like I've still got some more movement I gotta do here. I just popped a potion again, but I mean, this is mostly still movement, so if, like, anything I said went over somebody's head, I know I talk really fast. Part of it is because I'm trying to cram it all in, but I'm also really excited about this game because this game is rad. It's a cool speed run, and you all should run it, smile. But if you all have any, like, questions for me about this run, or if you want me to re-explain something, or if you have any just general questions about this game, feel free to ask. I know there's some, like, runners in the chat right now. I think Monster might be vibing in the chat or something like that, but let us know, and we'd be happy to go into more detail or answer anything. How was I mid-air? Okay, again.
I think
yeah, mostly.
Go ahead.
I was just saying mostly strafe movement now, but we're zooming.
Like, I think the real question is, did you play Neopets?
I played my brother and I were vaguely familiar with the game growing up, but we actually grew up with this game more than we did the Flash game / website.
That makes sense.
The story behind us picking up this game is we were at like this GameStop or some like I don't remember, but it was some mom and shop place, and they had this promotional cardboard poster for it, where it was like one of those ones where it has like a little mini screen with a video player on it, kind of like the size of one of those like older like GPS dash ones, that had like some beta footage on it playing on the counter. I don't know if it's actually a thing or if I'm just conjuring this memory out of thin air, but I remember us seeing something like that, and we were like, okay, we have to buy this game. And then we did, and here I am. Like 15 years later. Maybe more than that by now.
That sort of answers a bit of like, why did you choose to run this game?
Yeah. I also just like looked up the run of this game because I wanted to play it casually again, and I was like, wow, this is super broken. This is right up my alley. Okay, so back into the run. So Act 3 here, we meet up with Tor after grabbing Roberta. You're gonna see me do another ledge fly here. So I'm grabbing the ledge to put Tor a specific distance away when I try to perform this ledge fly. Tor really wants to look at these enemies. He's like super fascinated with their physio. Okay, that is a soft lock? Yeah, that's a soft lock. That's fine. I have a safe file. So sometimes with ledge flies, if you do the angle incorrectly, you will fly at an upward angle, and most of the time you either fly infinitely or you crash the game after you deload where you ledge flew from. So we're gonna load the game here from that backup save file. So run invalid, I guess, but you know, it's not the end of the world. This ledge fly is really obnoxious, so give me a second. Let's see if I can get this. This angle looks good. There we go. Okay, that's pretty much perfect. And then I actually hit the bit. Oh, okay. So I tried to aim for the bit of plants right there, so I canceled the ledge fly early, but I accidentally got second bounce. Okay, let me try this again. Oh, you are like in the worst position right now, Mr. Angle Friend. There we go. That's what you want to see. So that puts us inside the wall. There's normally an invisible wall that prevents us from escaping until we've done the fight with those mobs there. But you know, we've got ledge fly. We've got the magical potato sack of dreams. So with that, anything's possible. Okay, you're gonna see me do another mega jump. So you saw me do this towards. Oh, there's no way this works. Okay, let me try again. This one you need a lot of height. Got it. Okay. Into the ledge grab. Good. So we get a ledge grab there, which puts us out of bounds, and now we're schmoovin'. So here's the thing with Act 3. Act 3 has so much like cool stuff. You get to visit a lot of cool locations, save the world. Now that we know how to like you know, take on the Darkest Faerie's minions and all that jazz. But the problem is that the last of the Darkest Faerie's minions that you have to beat up for Act 3 is in Mirrodel. Mirrodel Castle. And if you remember from earlier, we have a little thing called a wrong warp that allows us to go straight to Mirrodel Castle, which means we don't have to do pretty much any of Act 3. I mean, we did a little bit of Act 3 when we got the cloak, but we're not going to be seeing any of that. I have to do a bit of an alternate setup, though, because we're coming from a different location. So we're actually coming a bit closer to that piece of geometry I need to hit. This is another one where I need to hit a very specific line because there's a couple of loading planes I'm running in between to make sure that I can load in the trigger for the wrong work. So this looks plenty fine. The first one is much harder than this one, but I just like to be safe because, you know, I don't want... You know, Amber and I both want to go to bed eventually. That's the way I'll put it. But this will look pretty similar to the wrong work we just did. But once we get into Mirrodel Castle, we're going to do some really funny stuff. I'm really excited to show you. You see this screen go blank again. I'm going to let you... Okay, so I actually got like a really tricky variant of the wrong work where if you move Tor after hitting the trigger, you can actually wrong warp him in out of bounds and hit the door from the other side, which saves a couple of seconds of movement. Okay, so get ready because this part is going to be extremely funny. I'm going to start by getting a ledge grab right here, which will put me at the perfect distance to get a downwards angled ledge fly, to stick me into the wall and hit the y=0 plane, and then fall right into the room for the boss fight that we're going to be doing shortly. However, as you can see, They're kind of like my computer when I try to run OBS and Apex Legends at the same time, and they're kind of stuck and unresponsive. And so what's happened is that we've accessed this room without hitting a requisite trigger for their AI to start functioning. So we can just wail on them and put them down to pretty much 1 HP. We can't kill them yet because the game just physically won't let me do that. But I can lower them down to 1 HP. This fight is actually really hard casually, but by putting them down to 1 health, I can swap to Roberto later. Not right now. I need to be Tor for this next trick. I need to, I lower them down to that 1 HP pretty much, so that Roberta can pretty much insta-kill them from range. Alright, so you're gonna see me here, like, do a displacement angle ledge fly, where instead of holding back on the control stick, I hold forward and then down and to the right, which lets me ledge fly at this really bizarre angle. There's a way to do a normal ledge fly for this. This is just the method that I prefer because it's a little more consistent. There we go. And so we're gonna fold back down. So even though we just did like a thing to go straight to the bosses, we actually have to do this wave of enemies before the three Darkest Faerie sisters up top. Otherwise, the game won't let us progress to Act 3. So this is a minion fight, and this is one of the hardest segments of the run, which you wouldn't think, because you would think all the glitches are the hard part, right? But we're very under-geared for this part of the game. These enemies have a lot of health, and they do a lot of damage, because I'm still wearing that potato sack from when I was still living the farm life. So I have to be kind of careful to manipulate the way that these enemies attack so I don't eat my last claw, for lack of a better term. And then I'm going to swap to the regular Nova mode after I take care of that brute, just so that he's, where did he go? There he is. Okay, he came out of the floor again. Yeah, sometimes enemies are a little camera shy in this fight, so I just had to, pull out the classic persuasion and reason. These next enemies are weak to air, so to conserve some of my move's usability, it's like a kind of a consumable when you put it on. So every time you deal a hit or do special attacks like the magic. Oh gosh, this could be a party. It's my party. Sorry, I have to focus. Oh gosh. Okay, that's okay. So what we sorry, I make a lot of awkward sounds when this fight happens.
It's okay.
It can be very scary. But generally, what you want to do is let them run away long enough where they can. These enemies were kind of meant for the open. Okay, interesting jump there. Okay. He's being very sassy to me tonight, but it could. Okay. Jump attacks. That's better. There we go. Okay. So I'm gonna do. Oh, I had the wrong ones on. Oh, that's fine. I'll fix that in the next segment. So those enemies are obnoxious, as you can probably tell. The hit detection on those particular enemies is quite fraught. But now that we've taken care of those very not friendly friends, we can now go take on the Darkest Faerie sisters, and they will. You'll get to see why that glitch I did earlier is so important. Because they are just going to, like I said, they are going to yee their final haws rather quickly. Oh, don't dodge me. Here goes one. Right. Yeah, so Roberta has the constitution of a freaking twig. So I have to be very careful there not to, like, again, yee my last haw. But unfortunately, Roberta got affected by one of the... I accidentally got hit by the one sister you don't want to get hit by, which puts a slowdown effect. But it turns out that you can remove all debuffs on your character by just swapping characters and swapping back. So I'm going to swap to Tor, pop a potion of Speed, and we're going to start zooming our way over to the end of Act 3 here. So this is mostly just movement. So I don't really have too much to say, so I don't know if anybody had like any questions that you saw, Amber, any comments, or any...
Mostly it's been a, like, I didn't know Neopets had a video game. They have at least 2. I think they have more than that.
This is the best one. You should play this game. It's actually pretty cheap to find on eBay. I don't know if it's cheap enough for the bargain bin show, but it's still pretty...
Yeah, Bargain Bin is hosted by, I think that's Midnight Vesper who hosts that?
Yeah. That's another great show on this channel you should check out.
Pretty much all Hotfix shows are pretty great,
Yeah,
honestly.
they're pretty great. This whole deal's pretty great, I have to say. It's a lot of fun. And again, thank you all for having me here. I'm gonna probably say that like 5 billion times at the end of this run. But, yeah, because I, lack of filter and movement. But we're gonna be moving on into kind of like a little puzzle segment. We have to hit a target as Roberta, and then we have to solve a very simple button puzzle. It's like match 3 lasers to be the same color. It's the same thing every time. Luckily, I can actually take care of that. Unless I screw up and forget how to do it, like last minute out of pain. Can these activate? Thank you. That's a little sometimes. Okay, so it should be 1, 2, 3. I picked the wrong one.
Oh no!
Oh no. This should be it. Right? No, I had it right earlier. Okay. Now we should be good. I'm bad. Okay, well, it could have been a worse disaster. But we're through the puzzle.
We got there eventually.
That's what happens when you only practice like the glitches and not the gosh dang puzzle at the end of Act 3. Alright, so Act 4. This is like probably where the magic potato sack saves the most amount of time over the course of the run. Because Act 4 in this game is normally pretty long. You have to save this like whole like these 4 different segments of the city, and there's a lot of different places to go, and it's really fun casually. That is a soft lock. Okay, luckily I have another save file for this one.
Let's
That's
go.
what happens sometimes where you get an upwards angle ledge slide. That one would have just instantly crashed the game, because I believe why it crashes is that if you ledge fly from like somewhere and then the place you grab the ledge is now unloaded, I think that's what crashes the game. Monster will probably yell at me for that one, but go with me. Alright, let's see if we get this. I need a low angle ledge fly so I clip through the wall but stay on the ground. And you're gonna notice this elevator here. This elevator, you can't it's right in like the first room of Act 4, and you're normally not supposed to be able to access this until you save pretty much the entire city. I'm not even joking. This ledge fly and the one I'm about to do in a sec saves hours. I'm not even joking. It saves so much time. It's hilarious. This one we call a trial skit because just like in a Zelda game, in your final area you gotta have a bunch of trials for your heroes to overcome. And we're gonna do a ledge fly through this wall. Okay, so that's an instant kill. So I'm gonna have to repeat the ledge fly. There's just an instant game over trigger here, and game over triggers take you to your last save. So hey, you get to see this again. And hopefully I don't beef it. Hopefully I don't beef it. Alright, so I also, you see me do this a couple of times because I keep screwing this up. But I'm arranging my moat selection in a specific way because that puzzle I mentioned, where you need one of each moat, is coming up after the second ledge fly here. And so I'm menuing in advance to save me on some APM in the more strenuous movement segment coming up here. Alright, so I'm going to try not to screw this one up. That one very rarely gets messed up. I had like a weird interaction where the game just didn't give me the ledge grab. That rarely happens, but yeah, whatever. It's late, we're having fun. We're Newman.
We're zooming.
We're zooming right now. Okay. I'm gonna try to get the ledge grab again here so that I'm in pretty much the correct spot. That looks good. Okay. So you'll see me hit this little bit of terrain. That's just right outside the tunnel, and then I jump around it over it so I can go down to here, and now we're at the end of Act 4 pretty much. So now's that puzzle, like I said, where you have to strike each of these. Oh yeah, this save file doesn't have a dark mode. That's shameful. Oh well. So like I said, you want to try to have one of each mode before doing this. I did grab one when we were in the mines, but because this is like a different save file, I don't actually have access to all of those. There we go. Okay. And I'll pop one more speed potion here before we go into the epic climactic boss fight with the Darkest Faerie. I hope you all are prepared, because this is gonna knock your socks off, for lack of a better term. Okay, so again, I'm sorry we have to skip the FMVs. They're glorious, and the voice acting is also glorious.
I'm mostly
there's not much-
amused. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, but as you were saying,
Like, I'm mostly amused by the fact that the main character has been in various armors over the course of the FMVs, and yet
oh yeah,
wearing a potato sack, because yay pre-rendered FMVs.
All right, so I have the Nova mode on my shield, so I can reflect her shots. 2, 3 hit combos, and I'm gonna do one more, and then the game is gonna auto switch me to Roberta. And then all I need to do is just stand right next to the Darkest Faerie, mash the circle button, and then lightly walk into her, and it just ends the boss fight. That's it. That's the whole fight.
What?
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, we're pretty much coming towards the end now. Time will be coming up shortly. I have one more cutscene that I have to run into with these last couple of potions that I have, and time will be called on when the fade out begins on this last cutscene. And we will watch this last cutscene because it is great. So I will promise you all that one. But get ready on time. Time. Okay, sorry, that was short notice.
48:18.
Oh, okay, that's pretty good. Sub 50.
We owe you many
Sick.
thanks.
Oh yeah.
Because of you,
Definitely
our
destroyed that
strength will be
estimate.
restored to Neopets,
Yeah, we'll take
and
it.
Neopia is safe
Oh my
from
god,
all
this fairy's face.
pernicious influences.
The Darkest Faerie, if I may ask.
Like, I can't hear the audio
Don't worry.
from the stream I'm
She's been
watching,
placed
but like,
somewhere we can keep a
my
close
god,
eye
the,
on.
Don't-
the
Don't worry, this is the
proportions.
best part. Just put her into the fountain.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? And that's Neopets, the Darkest Faerie, everybody. This was so much fun. Amber, if you don't mind, I'll just go into a couple of quick things, I guess.
Absolutely. I was gonna say, like, tell the lovely people where they can find you and everything that you like to do.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, first I want to shout out like the people in this community. I want to shout out Monster. Monster was probably single-handedly responsible for bringing the. Yeah, he was pretty much single-handedly responsible for bringing this, as like this category's war record from an hour 20-ish to almost 41 minutes, which is just mind-boggling. And Monster has like done so much research on this game, has broken this game in half. And Monster is just an absolute legend, and thank you so much for being a part of this, everything. Shoutouts to Cole, who's the reason we're all here and was pretty much the original runner. And shoutouts to Chals, who for some reason we can't convince not to run No Cloak. That's an inside joke. But yeah, so if you saw this and you're interested in trying this, there are a lot of much easier substitutions for a lot of the routes and tricks that you saw me do in this run. There's a route that is much different from the early game that's a lot more simplified. I have a full YouTube tutorial. If you just search Jaxler on YouTube, you should find me. I have a full tutorial on my YouTube with hand cams, so you can get an idea of the inputs I'm using for things like ledge flies, mega jumps, and stuff like that. This game is actually pretty easy to get into, even though I kind of made things look harder because I was playing bad, you know. But hey, I got a sub 50, so I won't make fun of myself too much.
Oh, yeah.
As for fun, yeah. And if like you're still having troubles, feel free to reach out to me personally. Like just like on Twitter or Twitch, just feel free to like message me directly. I'm totally cool with stuff like that. I just want to get more people to run the games, right? So if you want to find me, I stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/Jaxer1. I run this game, obviously, and I run a bunch of other nonsense from the 5th and 6th generation of console games. And Pumpkin Jack, which is an outlier. But yeah, I'm also on Twitter at JaxlerSR if that's easier for you to reach me. Yeah, Amber, I don't know if you have anything else you wanted to wrap up on, but
Yeah, sure. I just
pretty
have a
much
couple.
it. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for running, and thank you for submitting as well. Like, I ran another marathon off of GDQ that I really wanted to get this game into, but we just did not have the space in the schedule, so when you sent it my way for Never Before Seen, like, when I like announced, hey, this is gonna be a show now. So that was back in like late
Yeah.
November, early December. I was just like, I need to find a time to get this on the show.
I'm flattered. Thank you.
Like, I've been sitting on pretty much almost this entire games list that from tonight, like, for, like, months now, so I'm really glad to see this show happen.
This night was full of bangers, like...
Oh, yeah.
Not including my, like, Fight Crab, you got...
Fight Crab,
Transformers,
great.
Jesus Christ. So yeah, I think it's NBS. Make
Never
sure you
before
go
seen
check out
that.
the other... Yeah. Make sure you go check out, like, the other games and their community members, too.
And then the NBS info is the list of games that we had tonight.
I try to outplay you. Darn
No
it.
worries. So, just a reminder to people, this show will be on YouTube. It usually shows up a week or two later, so keep an eye on that. That said, if you are on YouTube, just come check us out on Twitch when we're live. There's plenty of great hotfix shows. Speaking of which, tomorrow we've got the first step. Kizaron, who was on Mercy Kill earlier tonight, who ran 2 Animorph games and smashed his estimates. Oh my goodness. Like, we went on an hour earlier than expected.
Thank
because,
you, Keys.
yeah, because Kizaron just absolutely smashed his estimates. But him and J-Hobbs are going to be doing Sonic Advance gameplay starting at 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. There's also Sonic and the Side Quests, which if you enjoy me hosting things, there's Sonic and the Side Quests happening on April 17th and 18th. It's completionist-style runs for an entire weekend of Sonic games. It's going to be awesome. And then there's also Speed Seasons 3 on Sunday, which I also host, where we are racing. We've given our runners 2 weeks to race, or not race, to learn Link's Awakening DX, and we're gonna see how they fare in the continuing competition of Speed Seasons 3. I'm gonna go ahead and type the command for that. And finally, of course, SGDQ. It's announced. It's happening. It's 2021 online. It is July 4th to the 11th. Game submissions are open right now until the 11th of April. So be sure to prep your submissions if you would like to be a part of SGDQ 2021 online from the comfort of your own home. Go to gamesdonequick.com for more info, as well as information on how to, if you want to volunteer, how to do that as well. Those submissions open on the 9th of April, so in technically 24 hours time. That said, my name has been, and it will continue to be AmberCyprian. Realize the silliness of what I was about to say. Thank you again, Jaxler, and everyone who is on this show tonight. Stick around. We're going to be taking a quick break and then sending you all to raid another wonderful speedrunner. Please give all your energy to them in the speed running shenanigans that they are currently going through right now. So, thank you all for watching and have a great night.